anyone else in these NBA playoffs. And in the middle, Isaiah Hartenstein, averaging just under 10 points a game in the playoffs. That is up 2 points from the regular season. The Knicks are coached by Tom Thibodeau, his 4th season in New York. All right, Wally, so how do the Knicks bounce back? Obviously, the rotation is thin. Jalen Brunson continuing to try to work his way through the foot injury he sustained here in Game 2. Anunoby is still out. How do the Knicks overcome all of that tonight?
Well, first and foremost, Jalen Brunson has to get going. He has to play well tonight because when he starts to demand attention from the defense, that's when it opens up for a lot of the other guys. I think another big key is Isaiah Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein is such a key component, the way he can pass, especially when Jalen gets double-teamed. He has to play big because this Knicks team is very undersized at every single position. He's the one guy that can be really effective on both backboards, rebounding the basketball and also protecting the rim. And then finally, got to get Dante DiVincenzo going again from 3. He's been lights out from deep. Other than Game 4, where pretty much everyone on the Knicks struggled from the three-point range, he's got to get going from 3 tonight.
Prior to Game 4, DiVincenzo had set a personal postseason career high in 4 consecutive games. Before we get to the opening tip, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN-FM, New York.
Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you. Game 5 from Madison Square Garden about to get going. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Our officiating crew tonight, Scott Foster is the crew chief. He works with James Williams and Genaminas Petritis. The Pacers, as they have been for the entire series, wearing their statement edition uniforms, yellow with a blue navy stripe down the right-hand side above a white panel. The Knicks are wearing their city edition uniforms, blue with black and orange trim and New York written twice across the chest above an orange number. It'll be Hartenstein and Turner to jump it up. The Garden crowd starting to work itself into a frenzy. They are sure to be key tonight. Scott Foster steps in between Hartenstein and Turner. And on this grand stage, we are underway. Game 5, the opening tip is controlled by the Pacers. And Halliburton pass into the front court for Nesmith on the left wing. Nesmith nearly loses the handle. Now he drives around Brunson to the basket and lays it in. So a good start for the Pacers. Nesmith, the first 2 points of the game. Now it's the Knicks' turn, and Brunson, behind the back dribble into the front court. Nesmith has been guarding him the majority of the series since the start of Game 3. Poked away into the backcourt. Brunson recovers. Shot clock is down to 8. Brunson still near midcourt. Now towards the top of the arc. Crosses over. Pulls up 14 feet away. Front rim, no. Nesmith, the rebound. Andrew Nembhard into the front court. Left side of the arc to Turner up top. Turner one dribble, finds Siakam, drives baseline on Hart, lays it up, blocked by Hartenstein, but it's a goaltend. Count the basket, 4-0 Pacers.
Yeah, and that might not have gone in. It bounced off the backboard and looked like it was going to come up short, but Isaiah Hartenstein knocked it off the rim. That's 2 easy layups at the rim in the paint for Indiana to start this game. 4-0
start for the Pacers. Nearly a minute gone by. Brunson dribbling just inside midcourt. Around to Hartenstein screen. Pull up from the foul line. Front rim. Bounces off. Hartenstein the offensive rebound. One dribble underneath. Kicks it up top. Brunson wide open. Pump fake. One dribble. 16-foot jumper. That is good. And the Knicks are on the board.
3 great looks for Jalen Brunson to start this game. He finally cashed in on that one.
Turner on the left side of the arc gives to Siakam in the block. Size advantage there. Siakam being guarded by Hart. Drives on him. Hart pokes it away. Siakam gets it back along the baseline. Siakam working hard here. Turnaround underneath. Nembhard open. Lays it up. No good. Contested by Hartenstein. Nesmith's follow is no good, and there's a whistle by Scott Foster. It's on the floor, and it's going to be against the Knicks and Josh Hart.
Yeah, that's the offensive rebounding that could be an issue because Josh Hart's playing the 4. He's got the heart of a lion. We know that, but he's given up a lot of size. Hartenstein had to go over to try to block the shot when Nembhard had the easy 2, and that left the offensive boards open and vulnerable.
Foul on the floor, so the Pacers inbound front court, right-hand side. Siakam has it top of the key. Gives it to Nembhard on the right side. Trying to drive on DiVincenzo. Backs it out with the dribble. 6 seconds to shoot. Nembhard, high post. Turner jump shot. Front rim, no. Offensive tap is good by Nembhard as he got free inside. And it's 6-2. Pacers on top. So the Pacers doing a good job on the offensive boards to begin. Brunson spins away from the defender, one-on-one with Halliburton. Pump fake out to McBride. Open three, left-hand side is good, and it's 6-5 Pacers.
I'll tell you, Deuce is a great compliment for Jalen. He knocks down those open threes when the double team comes, and that was an example.
McBride chasing Halliburton around on the other side of the floor. Siakam picks up his dribble, little give and go with Nembhard to the basket, blocked by Hartenstein. Taken by Hart, Knicks looking to push. Hart, center of the court, waits for Brunson and hands him the ball. Brunson, between the circles, little in and out dribble, whips it around. Hart, right side, passes on the three, puts it on the floor, loses the handle, it's out of bounds, and it's out of bounds off of the Knicks.
Yeah, Josh Hart had a wide open rhythm three, but he didn't trust it, he didn't feel it, and then he fumbled the ball, and it might have been off Siakam's foot, but then Josh Hart went and tried to grab it and save it, and he touched it simultaneously while it was on the line.
Here's Nembhard, right side of the arc, guarded by DiVincenzo. Cross-court pass. Halliburton fires a right side three and connects, and it's 9-5 Pacers.
Boy, he is locked in from the three-point line. That was deep, and that was quick release, no hesitation, nothing but net.
Ever since his 6-point performance in game number 1, he's been terrific. 9-5, Knicks down 4, 9-10 to go in the first. Brunson brings it right side of the arc, picked up by Turner on the switch, keeps driving, lays it up. It's good, and the foul.
This is a great sign for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson is moving a lot better. He has that little burst. He has that little pep in his step. You can tell he's coming off those screens with aggression. He's completely breaking down the Indiana Pacer defense. Dribble penetration whenever he wants to get it, and that's going to be key for the Knicks offense. Even
those first 2 jumpers that he missed that you said were very good shots, he just missed on both of those. So Brunson to the free throw line, trying to finish the three-point play. 9:05 to go, first quarter. Shot hits the front of the rim, rolls off. Rebound is tapped out by Hartenstein, run down by Brunson. Up top, DiVincenzo. Pump fake, step back. Now he finds Hartenstein at the top of the key. DiVincenzo gets it back, crossover dribble down the lane, lays it up. No, Hartenstein is there to slam it back home.
Activity by Isaiah Hartenstein. He did not have a good game in Game 4, but he has completely flipped the script here to start Game 5.
Ties the score at 9, 8:40 to go in the first quarter. Siakam, top of the arc, between the legs dribble against Hart. Gives it to Turner, no hesitation on a three, and knocks it down from the left wing.
That is a tough cover. Miles Turner has that high release. He can knock down threes from all over the court. Just swished one from the right wing.
44% from downtown in the playoffs for Miles Turner. 12-9 Pacers. Brunson from the right side. Nembhard loses his footing. Brunson bounce pass up top. This time Hart fires away off the front of the rim. Long rebound chased down by Nesmith. Outlet to Halliburton. Full court pass to Siakam. Loses the handle. DiVincenzo scoops it up. He wants to push. Behind the back dribble around Halliburton. Pulls up for a transition three. Front rim no. Long rebound picked up by McBride at the foul line. He'll dribble out of trouble on the right wing. Now he drives on Turner inside the paint, finds Hart, left corner, passes on the three. Hart underneath the basket, his pass deflected and stolen by Siakam. Siakam's pass is nearly stolen back from Hart, but it's Pascal Siakam across the midcourt line. Wild sequence there, 7:35 to go, first quarter, 12-9, Knicks trail. Nembhard from the foul line area, Brunson on his hip, stops to the dotted circle, up top pass Turner, 4 seconds to shoot. Turner drives on Brunson, flips it up and in with the left hand off the glass. And that gives the Pacers a 14-9 lead with 7:15 to go in the first. Brunson crossover dribble, left side, drives on Nembhard, 2 long strides, kicks it out to Hartenstein, and now McBride, his three is blocked by Halliburton, goes out of bounds to the Knicks as Halliburton goes flying into row A.
Yeah, that was great effort by Halliburton. He lost Deuce for a second, and Deuce is lining up that corner three, but Halliburton's long, athletic arms came out of nowhere to just get that deflection. Knicks still have the ball.
And it looks like some liquid was spilled there in row A, Wally, as the crew works feverishly to dry it up before the Knicks inbound. Front court, left side, in the corner. McBride waiting to toss it in. Those are expensive seats. I imagine those are expensive drinks, too.
Yes, they are. Clean it up, boys. Clean it up. Do a good job. They're getting on it.
James Williams, one of our officials, supervising the scene. So 7:08 to go in the first. Knicks ball, trailing 14-9. Knicks hit their first three-pointer. They've missed their last three. Remember, the Knicks were 1 for 8 from downtown in the first quarter in Game 4 on Sunday, and really struggled from downtown the entire afternoon. So we're ready to go. McBride on the baseline. DiVincenzo cuts through the lane. Brunson pops out. McBride still looking. Lobs it inbounds, and it's knocked away and stolen by the Pacers. Knicks having trouble with the inbound there. Halliburton down the lane, leaves his feet. Wild shot, no. Rebound is taken by Siakam, and he's fouled going up to the basket.
You can see the Knicks really struggling on the boards. The size disadvantage is big. And right now, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, even Nesmith is getting in there with a little bit of a size advantage. They're getting everything off the backboard right now.
Fouls against Isaiah Hartenstein, his first, the second team foul against the Knicks. Exactly 5 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Knicks trail 14-9. Siakam to the free throw line. Foul shots have been an issue for him this postseason. First one is up, and it's good. 51% from the line in the playoffs coming into tonight. Siakam with 3 points. Pacers lead by 6. They've scored the last 6 points. Siakam acquired late January from the Toronto Raptors. A couple of weeks ahead of the trade deadline. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. And it's 16-9. Indy, a 7-0 run, has opened its largest lead of the night so far. Brunson from the top of the key, left side for Hart. One dribble hands to DiVincenzo. A jab step from the left wing. He's guarded tightly by Siakam, who knocks it out of bounds. Knicks ball, and that'll bring us to a timeout on the floor. Wally, decent pace to begin this game. As you said, the size of the Pacers a factor against the Knicks so far.
Yeah, it is. Knicks are fighting. They really are, but they are going to have to be perfect with their open execution of knocking down shots. They've had some good looks they haven't cashed in on, and the Pacers are getting some extra opportunities at the basket on their end.
We've got 6:47 to go in the first. Pacers 16 and the Knicks 9 here in Game 5 at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York City, conveniently located at 55th Street and 11th Avenue. Free indoor valet parking is available. Visit the Audi flagship store today. Here's a deal just for you. Enjoy complimentary Audi care with the lease or purchase of any new Audi. Shop 24 hours a day at AudiManhattan.com. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FOODSAVE10 for the largest selection of international foods and all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce. And $10 off your first order of $50. Use promo code FOODSAVE10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
If you ever volunteer to coach, mentor, tutor, or just be a positive role model to kids and young people, why not make a career of it? Become a youth development specialist where you will supervise and support young people in detention. It's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary, and you'll be making a positive impact on the lives of young New Yorkers. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS. That is nyc.gov/YDS.
Back here at the Garden, 6:47 to go in the first quarter. Pacers lead the Knicks 16-9. Wally, Jalen Brunson with 4 points in 5 minutes so far, as one of the greatest all-time Knicks, Patrick Ewing, is introduced to the crowd here at the Garden. Jalen Brunson, meanwhile, looking to bounce back from a tough weekend in Indianapolis. This series, the first 2 games, he shot 57% from the field. The last 2, he was at 37%. How does he look so far to you?
He looks like a completely different player than he did in Indianapolis. He's got a little bit more explosion to his step. You can tell he's being more aggressive. He's making things happen off the pick and rolls. He's looking to attack immediately and put the defense on notice that he is 100% ready to go and ready to be big for this New York Knicks team.
Rick Carlisle has gone to his bench out of this timeout. T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin, and Ben Shepherd have checked in. Miles Turner, Tyrese Halliburton, the only 2 starters who remain on the floor. Outside of Game 3, the combination of McConnell and Toppin has been terrific off the bench for the Pacers. Here's Brunson stepping into a 3-pointer off the side of the rim. Long rebound chase down by Hartenstein in the corner. Out to Hart on the right wing. Hart a jab step, 1 dribble, hands to Brunson on the right wing. He drives on Toppin, steps back, loses his footing, still gets it out to Hart beyond the 3-point line. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hart's 3 is good from the right side. And Josh Hart's first bucket of the evening pulls the Knicks within 4 at 16-12. Here's Turner guarded by Hartenstein. Puts it on the floor. Crosses over at the top of the arc. Shot clock down to 8. Shepherd gives it to McConnell. Brunson a step off of him. McConnell is inside the paint. 2 seconds to shoot. Fall back over Hartenstein is good for T.J. McConnell.
He has been so good in this series. When he gets in the game, he makes it happen.
Hart looking to go coast to coast. Jump stop on the right block. Now looking for Hartenstein at the high post. Hartenstein is back to the basket. 1 dribble. Hands to DiVincenzo. Flips to the defense. Lays it up. No good. Hartenstein the rebound. Blocked by Toppin. DiVincenzo gets it back, and his follow is good. Knicks working the offensive boards, trail 18-14. Toppin, left wing, drives to the basket, scoops it up and in easily with the left hand. And it's 20-14 Pacers. 5:25 to go, first quarter. Here's McBride, center of the court with the right-handed dribble. Brunson right wing. Brings it cross court, left side, drives right at McConnell, lays it up over him and in off the glass, and Brunson has 6.
Yeah, Brunson can score over the top of McConnell anytime he wants. He can post him up, and if he can get him down low, he can finish over top.
Chance of defense here at the Garden. Knicks trail 20-16. Halliburton bounce pass to a cutting McConnell. Pull-up jumper is good. He's hit 2 in a row, and it's 22-16. 4:55 to go in the first. Now McConnell matched up with Brunson with Neesmith on the bench. Brunson uses the screen, brings it right side towards the foul line. Picks up his dribble, finds Hartenstein high post. Hartenstein to a cutting McBride, goes to the reverse, and the left-hand layup is good. Deuce getting 3 inside, 22-18. Knicks down by 4, 4.5 to play. Turner to Toppin, wants to drive on Hartenstein. Pull-up 10-foot jumper comes up short. Hart grabs the rebound, looks to push. Hart into the front court with the dribble. Coast to coast, underneath the basket, finds Hartenstein. There's that floater. It's good from 10 feet away, and the Knicks are back within 2. Timeout, Indiana.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at that substitution by Rick Carlisle. He took 3 starters out, put 3 bench guys in. I understand they were very effective in Game 4, but I think the Knicks got a break there because that starting unit was dominating the game, and when the bench came in, that's when the Knicks starters really took off and got this back to close to even.
Carlisle wants to talk it over. 4:18 to go in the first quarter. Pacers lead the Knicks 22-20. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window and Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window and Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window and Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window and Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Back here at the Garden, reliving Knicks Pacers history. Larry Johnson in the house tonight. Just showed a replay of his famous 4-point play from 1999, the Eastern Conference Finals. Meanwhile, here, Wally, we've got 4:18 to go in the first quarter, and the Knicks in this opening quarter really exerting themselves on the offensive glass. 7 offensive rebounds already, leading to 9 second-chance points.
That's what they want to do. They want to try to really get those extra opportunities. When they get those offensive rebounds, the coaching staff wants them to look to strike quickly, get shots up quickly, go after those boards, and make the other team pay, because it's like a 2-for-1 opportunity when you get more looks at that basket, and that really helps you get into rhythm offensively.
Isaiah Hartenstein on the bench. He's got 4 points and 5 rebounds already. Precious Achiuwa has come on as the Knicks backup center. So right now, if you look at this lineup, you've got the 6'8 Achiuwa at center and the 6'4 Josh Hart as your power forward. Knicks going extremely small as McConnell sprints it into the front court, whips it into the corner. Turner, an open 3, in and out. Rebound tapped underneath, taken by Hart. Outlet pass is picked off at midcourt by Halliburton. In the corner, Shepard wide open for 3, knocks it down, and it's 25-20.
Not a good decision by Josh Hart. He got that rebound, was trying to steal an easy 2, but he threw it right to Halliburton, and that was a big 5-point swing.
3:45 to go in the first. Knicks down 5. Brunson brings it right wing, drives on Turner. Right-handed layup is good off the glass.
That's an example of how much better he's moving. He took that screen and roll, blew by Turner, and finished strong with the right hand.
Got 8 points and 2 assists already in this first quarter. 25-22 Pacers, just under 3.5 to go in the first. McConnell from the foul line, dumps it into the post for Turner. Backing and poked away by Achiuwa and picked up by McBride. McBride into the front court with the left-handed dribble all the way to the basket, lays it in with the left hand. Knicks trail by 1.
That is bad Pacer defense right there. It looks like Rick Carlisle's calling a timeout because Deuce McBride just put his head down from 94 feet and walked right to the basket for an easy left-handed layup. Miles Turner's known as a shot blocker, didn't hustle back, and didn't offer any resistance at the rim.
So Rick Carlisle calls timeout with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. 25-24, Pacers on top. Precious Achiuwa has just come on to replace Isaiah Hartenstein. You mentioned it earlier, Wally, the tenor of this first quarter changed when it was Rick Carlisle who went to his bench, which, for the most part, this series has been effective.
Yeah, it has, but at the same time, when your starters were off to such a good start, it was a 16-9 game. To make that move really early, I would have let those starters ride it out for another couple minutes just to kind of keep the Knicks down, because the Knicks were struggling to find good looks at the basket. The bench came in. It's not as strong of a defensive team, and as a result, the Knicks started scoring at the rim and finding their confidence on the offensive end of the floor.
Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Knicks have made their last 6 from the field. We spoke about how good Jalen Brunson looks to begin compared to his last couple of outings, but how about Deuce McBride and what he has brought to the starting lineup tonight?
He's been outstanding, and another thing he's brought is the defense on Tyrese Halliburton. He's face guarding him all over the floor, denying him the ball. Halliburton's only gotten 1 look at the basket. He's knocked down that 3. He only has 1 assist also. So that defense by Deuce McBride all over Halliburton has been a big key to this start of the game.
Rick Carlisle puts Pascal Siakam back in the game, so he goes a little smaller with Siakam at center. He's matched up with his former Raptors teammate, Precious Achiuwa, and there's an offensive foul. T.J. McConnell leaning in against Dante DiVincenzo, and DiVincenzo draws the foul.
There's a little chatter going on here. Dante gets right in McConnell's face. Those are two fiery competitors. This is what playoff basketball is all about. Both these guys just leaving it all out there on the floor.
First foul against McConnell. Knicks the ball back, down by 1. Brunson double-teamed in the front court. They swing it around Hart, right side. Pump fake, drives the lane. Left-handed layup is good. Knicks lead 26-25. 7 straight shots made for the Knicks, and the Pacers turn it over in the front court. Unforced error. The Knicks the ball back, holding their first lead of the game. 2:45 to go in the first. They throw a double team at Brunson. Passes out of it to McBride. Right corner. Hart fires away. Knocks it down. Knicks lead 29-25. A 9-0 run. Halliburton quickly the other way. Coast to coast. Finds McConnell. Now up to Shepard at the foul line. Lob pass is picked off by Achiuwa. Here come the Knicks again. Hart, right side in the front court. Hands to McBride. Dribbles towards the foul line area. Now Brunson left side towards the foul line. Hesitation dribble. Kicks it out. DiVincenzo down the lane. Finds McBride. Floater is good. 31-25. Knicks rolling. They're up by 6. And another timeout called by Indiana.
Indiana is completely shell-shocked with what is going on this basketball floor. They commanded the game to start the game, and then they just forgot to play defense. The Knicks are getting whatever they want at the rim. They are putting their heads down, getting dribble penetration, and scoring at will.
It's an 11-0 run for the Knickerbockers. They're now shooting 61% from the field. They've hit their last 8 shots. Josh Hart, after a slow start to the game, has picked it up. He's got 8 points. So does Brunson. And McBride is leading all Knicks scorers with 9.
Yeah, this defensive effort is... You can see why the Pacers were 27th in defense in the NBA these last couple minutes. The Knicks have gotten whatever they want in transition, in the half court. There is no resistance as far as guarding your individual man. Knicks just putting their heads down, a small lineup that is very quick, so it's tough to defend, but that ball is zipping around. Pacers have been careless with the rock on their end of the floor, throwing it all over the mat, just completely giving up control of this game.
And while the other thing to consider, Rick Carlisle has already used 3 timeouts in the first quarter of a game. Yes, he's trailing, but he's only trailing by 6, and he's already burned 3 timeouts.
Well, he has a young team, and right now this team is completely just lost because of the atmosphere here at the world's most famous arena. I mean, they have completely just lost their composure because of the noise, because of the atmosphere, and the aggressiveness of the New York Knicks right now.
Aaron Nesmith is back in for Halliburton. McConnell, Shepard, and Toppin remain on the floor with Nesmith now and Siakam. McBride guarding McConnell. 2 minutes to go in the first. McConnell, right side, and he is fouled by McBride on the reach-in. The ball went out of bounds off the foot of McConnell, but first a foul against Deuce McBride. It's his first.
Yeah, that's a good call. Deuce McBride, a little bit of a hand check there. Could be a little bit of a make-up from the previous call where McConnell was called for a foul for backing into DiVincenzo.
Deuce gets a nice hand as he heads to the bench, replaced by Alec Burks, who played his way back into the Knicks rotation with 2 good performances in Indiana. So Pacers ball, front court inbound. Knicks 31-25 lead. Achiuwa taps the ball into the backcourt, recovered by Toppin. Minute 50 to go in the first. Siakam brings it left side with a dribble, cut off by Hart. Pulls up, contested jumper, air ball, taken by DiVincenzo. Front court right side, crossover dribble, steps through, now kicks it out to Brunson in space. DiVincenzo spots up left side off the side of the rim. Achiuwa taps it up. The ball goes in the basket, but wave it off. There's a whistle away from the play. It's a foul over the back against Precious Achiuwa.
Oh, that was a lucky, fortunate bounce for the New York Knicks. Dante was wide right with that 3, and I didn't see much contact there. Achiuwa must have been pushing Obi Toppin a little bit down low. Obi Toppin, not a strong base. There did not look like much there. That is a big-time call that went the Indiana Pacers' way.
It is, because it takes the basket off the board for the Knicks, and they are also over the limit, their second foul in the last 2 minutes. So Obi Toppin goes to the free throw line. The lucky bounce you referred to, it was almost like, as Toppin makes the first free throw, it was almost like a volleyball tap. Achua was about 8 feet away from the basket. He tapped it up, and it went in. So Toppin good on the first. 31-26. That stops the Knicks' 11-0 run. Toppin knocks them both down. Obi Toppin, the NBA's leading postseason scorer among bench players in these playoffs. Minute and a half to go, first quarter. Brunson around a screen inside the paint. Falls back, 12-footer is good, a high arcing shot, and Brunson's got 10.
No hesitation. He is making quick decisions, quick moves. He's back to himself.
Toppin spins away from trouble, hands to Neesmith. Wants to drive on Brunson, knocked away, but a foul on the floor. DiVincenzo was off to the races, but it's a reach-in against Dante DiVincenzo, his first, and that'll send Neesmith to the line. Tom Thibodeau checking back to the Knicks bench. Every close call, he checks back to see if the recommendation is to challenge. Earlier in games, Tom Thibodeau tends to be a little conservative. Unless he's 100% sure, he doesn't usually like to cash in that challenge.
I like using it. If you feel like you're going to get it right, send the referees a message. Hey, get the call right no matter what time it is of the game, because you get two of them, even if it's an out-of-bounds call that you feel like might have not gone your way. He's been pretty good when he goes early and getting it right.
Neesmith hits the first free throw. Second one is good. Pacers are 6 for 6 from the line here in the first. So it's 33-29 Knicks. Minute 10 to go in the opening period. Brunson around an Achua screen into the front court. Behind the back dribble, picked up by Neesmith. Now crosses over. Floats it up off the glass, comes up short. Siakam taps the rebound to himself. Achua lost the sneaker. He has it in his hand as he runs back on defense. Meanwhile, Neesmith down the lane to the basket, loses the handle, and it's taken by Hart. Achua still is holding the sneaker while Hart drives to the basket, lays it up over Siakam, and he draws the foul as he hits the floor hard.
That was interesting. Precious Achua ran back on defense, and he had one shoe in his hand, and he was slipping and sliding all over like a Ranger player on the court because he had one sweaty sock. That was the only way.
Meanwhile, Josh Hart is still down on the floor, and he is now helped to his feet. And they're showing the replay on Garden Vision, and we'll see if he got hit in the face here by Siakam.
He did get hit in the forehead.
And the officials, led by Scott Foster, are heading over to the scorer's table, and they're going to take a look at this.
For a flagrant foul.
To see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
I don't think so. Pascal Siakam was trying to get the block, and as he reached over, he kind of made a little bit of contact with Josh Hart's forehead area, but he came close to blocking the shot. Doesn't look like a wind-up to me. Just looks like an attempt to make a block. And I would be surprised if this turns into a flagrant.
This reminds us, Wally, the last time that Scott Foster and Josh Hart were involved in a flagrant review was in Chicago the last week of the regular season when Josh Hart was ejected from the game for a flagrant 2 in the first quarter.
I remember that one. And that didn't look... That's a tough call, obviously, but... you gotta keep things right. You gotta keep things smart. I would just be very surprised in my experience in seeing these type of plays if this is upgraded to a flagrant 1.
Worst case scenario, Josh Hart is going to the line for 2 shots. There's 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Knicks lead 33-29. It's been a first quarter of swings. The Knicks have trailed by as many as 7. They've led by as many as 6. Right now, they're up by 4. I'm curious on that last play. Achua loses the sneaker. It happens. What would have been Wally Zerbiak's course of action? Would you carry the sneaker up and down the court with you, or would you have left it behind?
Yeah, I think... no, you can't leave it behind.
The contact did not meet the criteria for a flagrant foul.
Okay, so no flagrant foul. A personal foul against Pascal Siakam.
And I also always used to tie my shoes very tight.
So that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. I made sure those things were on like bolts.
Well, hopefully Precious Achiuwa does the same. It was funny because he had 2 trips up and down with the sneaker in his hand. So after the review, Hart to the line. Hart with 8 points and 4 rebounds here in the first quarter. First free throw for Josh Hart is good. You know what the good news is early on, a lot of the conversation about rest for the Knicks with all their minutes played this series. 4 timeouts this first quarter and a review there. So lots of rest for Hart and Brunson and DiVincenzo and the guys. Second free throw good. 35-29, equaling the Knicks' largest lead of the first quarter. 40 seconds to go. McConnell picked up by DiVincenzo. Side-to-side dribble. Now brings it left side. Right side pass for Nesmith. McConnell gets it right back. Around a Nesmith screen. McConnell spins into the corner. Finds Siakam for 3, and it's good with 27 seconds to play. And the Knicks' lead is cut in half to 3. So we have a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Brunson into the front court, directing traffic with the right hand as he dribbles with the left. Brunson brings it left side, split pass inside. Achiuwa 1 dribble, bounces out of a triple team. Burks for 3, ringing up for the corner. 10 seconds to go, Knicks by 6. McConnell across the timeline, 7 seconds left. Shot clock is off. McConnell drives around Achiuwa, fallback jumper short. Rebounded by Hart. 1 second to go. DiVincenzo from half court. Just missed. On the run. First quarter comes to an end. What a first quarter for the Knicks as they lead 38-32.
You said it. Electric environment here at the Garden. The crowd is absolutely going crazy. This is exactly the start that the Knicks needed after their rough performance in Game 4. And quite frankly, the Pacers, they did not play well in that first quarter, and the Knicks took advantage of it.
Setting a playoff high with their most points in a first quarter this season with 38 points. So end of 1 here at the Garden. Knicks on top 38-32 in game number 5. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
Hey, John, this is Celeste from Richmond Hill. I want a Kia.
Hey, John, this is Quan from Flushing. I want a Kia. Hey, John, this is David from Jamaica. I want a Kia.
Hi, I'm John Stark. Our All-Star team will always put your needs first, making sure you will always get a slam dunk deal here at John Stark Kia.
Lease a Kia EV6 for $299 a month with 0 down payment. $949 due at signing. No security deposit required. 10K miles per year. Excludes tax, title, and MP fees. Expires June 3rd.
John Stark's Kia. Stand tall.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, getting set for the start of the second quarter. Knicks on top 38-32. It was a good start for the Pacers. We got to the first TV timeout, Wally. They were on top 16-9. Rick Carlisle went to his bench. From that point on, the Knicks have outscored the Pacers 29-16, and they have this 6-point lead as we begin the second.
Yeah, it just, the team got smaller. You had guys that were playing great basketball that were pulled out of the lineup early. The Knicks couldn't find any room to operate on the offensive end of the floor with only 9 points, like you mentioned, in those first 6 minutes of the game. And then once that bench came in, the game opened up, and the Knicks exploded offensively, and they got to 38 points, their biggest first quarter in the playoffs so far.
Second quarter begins with Josh Hart on the bench. Isaiah Hartenstein is back on the floor as well. So it's Brunson, Burks, Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, and Achua. So this is the biggest Knicks lineup they have employed so far. Brunson around the screen. Now brings it top of the arc. Working hard against Nesmith to try and get himself free. Between the legs dribble, down the lane, floater for the dotted circle is good.
I'll tell you, Jalen Brunson is running Aaron Nesmith through multiple screens. That poor guy is just getting bopped off by screens right and left by the New York Knicks.
Got 12 points. Knicks have their largest lead, 40-32. McConnell bounce pass left wing. Nesmith drives through traffic, sent back by Achua. Brunson has it. Lob pass DiVincenzo. Gathers, slams it down with one hand. Knicks lead 42-32. Started on defense, and DiVincenzo takes a shot by Isaiah Jackson. It's an offensive foul. Jackson and Hartenstein are chest to chest. They are now separated by their teammates. Achua has a word for Jackson. The coaches from both teams are walking out onto the floor as Scott Foster and his crew is sending both teams back to their benches. Knicks, Pacers here at Madison Square Garden.
This is exactly what the Knicks need to do. Isaiah Jackson took a cheap shot at Dante DiVincenzo trying to defend 94 feet. The crowd is going nuts. Let's go Knicks chants all over this building. Isaiah Hartenstein sticks up for his guy. DiVincenzo got nailed in the backcourt, and we'll see what comes about. Maybe a double technical on Hartenstein and Jackson.
What has already transpired is an offensive foul against Isaiah Jackson for the illegal screen. And now here's Scott Foster.
We have a double trigger on the play. We'll check the foul to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul, as well as the altercation that ensued afterward without dissolving.
So they'll look at two things. They will take a look at Isaiah Jackson's illegal screen to see if it will be upgraded to a flagrant. And they're showing that again here on Garden Vision. DiVincenzo did not see him coming.
He was moving, and it looked like he added a little bit of extra shoulder push, and that could possibly be a flagrant foul. Now, it depends on whether or not he leaned in, and I don't know if he leaned in. It looked like he might have just been standing there and moving a little bit backwards, but Isaiah Hartenstein was having no part of it. This is exactly what he needs to do as the authoritarian out there on the floor for these New York Knicks.
Hartenstein and Jackson were chest to chest almost immediately after that. Now, DiVincenzo took the shot, bounced right back up, and sprinted back to the offensive end of the floor for the Knicks. So Scott Foster and James Williams are at the replay review monitor right now. Two things they're looking at. Of course, they're looking to see if the Jackson illegal screen should be upgraded to a flagrant, and they're taking a look at the confrontation that occurred afterwards, starting with Hartenstein and Jackson. Well, part of the conversation leading into this game, Wally, was the fact that the Knicks are back home. And in Indianapolis over the weekend, that crowd certainly gave this Pacers team a lift.
Yeah, and the Knicks, the quick turnaround, the game they could have gotten was Friday night. I mean, they were right there.
Fouls didn't even comment. During the altercation, the technical foul we assessed against Jackson and to assess against the Knicks, Hartenstein and Burke for contact to the face during the altercation. We'll play off from there.
So the Knicks actually get the worst end of that result. 2 techs against the Knicks, 1 against the Pacers. After Hartenstein and Jackson were chest to chest, Alec Burks made contact with Jackson, trying to send him back, but contact to the face resulted in a technical foul.
And now Hartenstein and Alec Burks have to be very careful. They cannot get another technical foul or they're tossed in this game. They are too important out there on the floor.
So Nesmith will shoot the technical, and it's good. So it's 42-33. Now it'll be Knicks ball because of the personal foul against Isaiah Jackson, which was his first. So again, a lengthy review leading to some needed rest for the Knicks. Brunson, DiVincenzo on the floor. They've gone the distance so far. Achua, Hartenstein, and Burks out there as well. inbounds to Hartenstein in the backcourt. Burks gets it back. Still in the first minute of the second quarter here. 42-33. Burks, high post pass. Hartenstein, couple dribbles to his right, fakes the handoff, and he's run into, and it's an offensive foul against Hartenstein. Hartenstein was holding the ball above his head. Neesmith runs right into him. And the Knicks get called for the foul and turn it over. So Indy, quick inbound, trying to capitalize. McConnell, left wing, and another foul against the Knicks. This one against DiVincenzo on the reach-in.
Yeah, right now, I don't think the Knicks are getting the benefit of the doubt on the whistles. I did not like that Hartenstein call. He's entitled to a jump stop and a pivot. Neesmith has to make an effort to go around him on a play like that. He wasn't setting a screen. That was the right call on DiVincenzo grabbing McConnell's shirt. But at the same time, refs are trying to clean up this game, and the Knicks have to be smart here moving forward.
Second foul against DiVincenzo, inbound to McConnell in the left corner. He's guarded by DiVincenzo. It's the first team foul against the Knicks. McConnell from the baseline. Little pitch and catch with Jackson. McConnell has it back. Pull-up fall-away jumper is short. Achua taps the rebound to himself and hands the ball to Brunson. 10:35 to go, second quarter, 42-33. Brunson, guarded by Neesmith, drives on him in the paint, flips it up, no good. Hartenstein, the offensive rebound. One dribble is pass deflected. DiVincenzo gets it down the lane, sent back by Jackson, out of bounds. Knicks ball with 9 to shoot.
Now that's okay. If you're Isaiah Jackson, he volleyballed that thing into the first row, the expensive seats here at the world's most famous arena, but he could have kept that thing in bounds and it could have been Indiana ball, but Knicks still have 9 seconds to get a good look up at the basket.
See if they take advantage. 10:24 to go in the second. 42-33. Knicks lead by 9. There's Brunson, guarded by Neesmith. Crossover dribble, drives on him, floats it up and in. And the Knicks lead by 11. Here's McConnell, met by DiVincenzo, drives around him to the right baseline, underneath the basket, pokes out of his hands, runs it down in the left corner. McConnell up top for Neesmith. Brunson guards him. Now it's Siakam. Straight line drive on Achua. Backs it out with the dribble. Siakam up top. Neesmith pump fakes the three. Down the lane. Floats it up with the left hand. No good. Rebound knocked out of Hartenstein's hands. Out of bounds to the Knicks.
Outstanding help defense by the New York Knicks there. They are closing out on the three-point shooters, not letting this vaunted three-point game get going by the Indiana Pacers, and then they are recovering and helping. The urgency on defense has been outstanding in this first half.
Only 5 attempts from downtown so far for the Pacers. They have made 4 of them. Here's Brunson stepping into a three, knocks it down, wave it off. Whistle blew before the shot. Scott Foster, who's been a busy man tonight, is walking over to the scorer's table. And we wait for an explanation.
We're going to check to see if this foul occurred during the upward shooting motion.
So there's a foul. Foster's initial signal was to wave off the basket. And he said they're checking to see if the foul meets the criteria in the upward shooting motion, but he didn't announce who committed the foul.
I think it was on the screen. It's on Aaron Neesmith, I think, running into Precious Achua. Yeah, he pushed through Precious Achua. They're trying to clean.
The foul on Neesmith occurred prior to the upward shooting motion by Brunson. It'll be side out.
Boy, another basket taken off the board for the Knicks.
And that's a weird call because it didn't even really look like much of a foul by Aaron Neesmith. He was just trying to fight through the Precious Achua screen. That's a really tough break for the Knicks.
It is.
That was 3 points that Jalen nailed.
It could have easily been count the three-point basket and give Achua a free throw. It looked like they happened almost simultaneously. Either way, the Knicks inbound in the front court, adjacent to their bench. Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner are back in there for the Pacers. So is Deuce McBride. Gives it to Brunson on the right wing. Brunson one-on-one with Neesmith. Brings him towards the center. Finds McBride left wing. Fakes the three. Drives on Nembhard. Step back jumper, front rim no. Hartenstein grabs the offensive rebound. One dribble, has it at the top of the arc. Looking, finds Achua. Shot clock down to 8. Brunson is run into and fouled by Neesmith with 7 seconds on the shot clock. And now our 2 officials are going to converge, and this one is against Aaron Neesmith. Boy, it's getting chippy out there, Wally.
It is.
That's Neesmith's 3rd personal foul. He immediately goes back to the Pacers bench, replaced by Ben Shepherd.
and he is taking a lot of hits, is Aaron Nesmith. Knicks are doing a really good job of making him fight through screen after screen after screen. He's going to get worn down. He's going to get tired just running into all these screens.
Meanwhile, Tom Thibodeau takes a timeout. It comes with 9:23 to go in the second quarter, and the Knicks on top here in Game 5, 44-33. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Following that time.
Now, it all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
Made it!
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease in. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When Mercedes-Benz owners choose Open Road of Bridgewater, they choose the best of the best, because at Open Road Bridgewater, you can be sure to find excellent service, excellent pricing, and first-class experience. And that's why Mercedes-Benz named them the best of the best. They're honored to receive this prestigious award. Choose the best of the best. Choose Open Road of Bridgewater on Route 22 East, or visit them online at openroadmercedesbenz.com.
Back here at Madison Square Garden. Now, this is a Knicks timeout. After Tom Thibodeau signaled for a timeout, Rick Carlisle then challenged the last ruling on the floor, which was a foul against Aaron Nesmith. So they're reviewing that right now at the scorer's table. And obviously, if this is an unsuccessful challenge, then the Pacers will have lost theirs for the remainder of the game. Meanwhile, 9:23 to go, second quarter. Knicks lead 44-33. An 11-point advantage is their largest lead of the game so far. Their largest lead of the entire series has been 12.
30 seconds. Indiana was able to challenge a play that was called on the floor. The call has been overturned to an offensive foul on Brunson for initiating contact and revert veer into the defender.
Yeah, when I see the replay, it's the right call. Because Jalen was coming towards the ball, and then he changed directions and went right into Aaron Nesmith. And Nesmith took the brunt of the contact. I think they got that one right.
And the distinction there Scott Foster made, within 30 seconds of the timeout being called by the Knicks, Rick Carlisle was allowed to challenge even though it wasn't his timeout. So a really good challenge by Rick Carlisle. Remember, he burned 3 of his timeouts in the first quarter. So he's able to challenge the play without using a timeout here in the second. So for Jalen Brunson, the offensive foul is his first. Nesmith now has 2 personal fouls, although he does remain on the Pacers bench. So Pacers will inbound in the backcourt. For the Knicks, McBride, Brunson, and Burks, along with Hartenstein and Achua on the floor. Knicks lead by 11 with 9:20 to go in the second. Andrew Nembhard has only played 6 minutes so far. He's guarded by Burks, brings it left side. Crossover dribble towards the foul line, pull-up 14-foot jumper, spins out, rebound grab by Brunson. The Knicks have an 18-5 rebounding advantage over the Pacers so far. Back dribble against Nembhard. One-on-one with him. At the left elbow, steps through with the dribble and finishes off the glass. 46-33. Knicks by 13. Their largest lead of the series. Nembhard tries to answer screen and roll to a cutting Siakam, who finishes while falling to the floor. Good set up by Andrew Nembhard. Knicks lead back to 11 with 8:40 to go in the second. Burks gets it across the timeline with a second to spare. Brunson trying to pop free and does. Left side of the arc. Nembhard guarding him now with Neesmith on the bench. Brunson, Halliburton runs at him. Left side pass McBride. Left corner Achua takes the baseline, floats it up, comes up short. Rebound is grabbed by Siakam. 8:18 to go. Knicks by 11. Siakam kicks it out. Nembhard one-on-one with Burks. Steps back, left elbow, cross-court pass Turner. Good closeout by Hartenstein. Back up top for Siakam. And they swing it around for Nembhard. Shot clock down to 6. Nembhard against Burks. Between the legs, steps back into a left side three-pointer, and he did it again. That was the shot he hit at the end of Game 3. Nembhard knocks it down here. 46-38 Knicks. Bounce pass McBride in the front court. Foul line stops. It gives to Hartenstein, who hands it to Brunson, cutting left side. Nembhard catches up to Brunson. Hesitation dribble now between the legs a couple times. Steps back, three-pointer. No good, but a foul against Andrew Nembhard on the 3 attempt.
It's a big call. This game's down to an 8-point game. Not a smart play by Andrew Nembhard. Now remember, Indiana got away with one of those plays with Jalen Brunson in Game 4 where they were in his landing space and area, and that looked like a similar type of call where Jalen Brunson got the call he deserved. He's going to the line for 3.
7:38 to go in the second, 46-38. Brunson, the first of 3, is up and good. Brunson missed his first free throw attempt earlier tonight. He's already got 17 points, and we're not even midway through the second quarter.
And he hasn't even sniffed coming out of this ball game. And you can tell he looks good, he looks healthy, that foot looks okay. And that's a great sign for the Knicks right now.
Second free throw, front of the rim, backboard, and drops in. One more coming for Jalen Brunson, who in the playoffs is hitting his free throws at a 78% clip. Takes his time, steps to the line. Brunson, third free throw is good. Give him all 3, 49-38. Knicks by 11, 19 points for Brunson, already surpassing his total from Game 4 on Sunday. Bounce pass to Halliburton, spins and finds Turner for the foul line jumper, and he knocks it down with 7.5 to play. 7 points from Miles Turner. Terrific touch from the outside for the big man. 49-40. Brunson crossover dribble around Shepard, steps into a 3, knocks it down. 22 for Brunson. Knicks lead by 12. Nembhard hurries it the other way. High post, Turner. One dribble, hands to Siakam left side. Now he drives on Hartenstein. Wild shot off balance, no good. Burks the rebound. Knicks looking to push. They have a 5-on-4. Burks to Hartenstein, gives it right to Burks on the left side. Fakes the pass. Floater is good for Alec Burks. Knicks lead by 14. Timeout, Indiana.
Listen to the crowd. What a performance so far by these New York Knicks. 54 points with 7 minutes to go. 6:49 to be exact in the second quarter. The Knicks are getting whatever they want on the offensive end of the floor. When they get stops and rebounds, they're looking to push. They're looking to get easy baskets, and they're getting contributions up and down the roster with guys that are in the game.
And the Knicks, as a result, have extended to their largest lead of the night. 6:49 to go in the second. Knicks on top, 54-40 in Game 5 here at Madison Square Garden. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Well, I talk for a living, and whether I'm in the studio or at the ballpark, I'm sure to have a cup of Bigelow tea by my side. There's nothing like fueling my voice, body, and soul with only the finest tea. Bigelow Earl Grey. This delightful blend of black tea and real bergamot oil is not your ordinary tea. It's a broadcaster's dream come true. Keeps me energized and focused throughout the broadcast, ensuring I deliver nothing but the best for my loyal listeners. So join the millions of fans that make Bigelow Tea #1 in New York. Bigelow Tea, the official hot tea of the New York Yankees.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary health care when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
Getting engaged will be one of the most exciting times of your life, and the winning team at London Jewelers is there to help you pop the question. The cutting-edge technology and trained professionals at London Jewelers can help you select a ring from their 2 by London collection or design the absolute perfect ring at any budget. So whether you're starting out or starting over, let the engagement experts at London Jewelers help you. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 7 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the Mall at Short Hills.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN-FM, New York.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, Pat O'Keefe, NBA All-Star Wally Zerbiak, our engineer Gary Jeffries, longtime statistician Harry Robinson, producer extraordinaire Skylar Darrell, and of course, the executive producer Ray Santiago from the world's most famous arena. While in regular season, the Pacers allowed 120 points per game, 27th in the NBA. Knicks in this first half have really found a way to take advantage of that.
Oh, they're getting whatever they want. I'm surprised by the lack of rim protection. The Knicks are putting their head down, getting dribble penetration, and finishing around the rim. You know, Indiana does have some shot blocking with Siakam and Miles Turner, but they are not protecting the rim.
Out of the timeout, Pacers ball, Josh Hart back on the floor. DiVincenzo remains on the Knicks bench, getting some rest. Turner fakes a 3 from the corner, finds Siakam inside, and he's blocked by Achua. Taken by Burks. Achua has it in the front court, right side, fakes the handoff, dribbles towards the center, and finds Hart. Hart driving, kicks it into the corner. Burks one-on-one with Shepard, pulls up for 3, in and out, rebounded by Miles Turner as Jalen Brunson is on the bench for the Knicks. For the first time tonight, Halliburton drives from the left elbow, and he's bumped from behind, flips it up at the basket, no good, but a foul against Deuce McBride, his second.
Yeah, Deuce was trying to close down on Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton put the brakes on, and as a result, Deuce kind of just gave him a little bump and a little shove. Halliburton with a little flopping action gets himself to the free throw line for 2.
First trip to the line tonight. Halliburton, this entire playoff run, his first free throw is good. That's his 15th free throw attempt these entire playoffs. DiVincenzo back in for Hartenstein. So Achua will slide over to the center position now. And with Hartenstein and Brunson on the bench, Tom Thibodeau, who has gone with a 7-man rotation so far, has McBride, DiVincenzo, Burks, Hart, and Achua. As Halliburton hits them both, and the Knicks lead 54-42. 6 minutes to go until halftime. McBride looks to drive on Halliburton. Now it's Achua, center of the court. Handing to DiVincenzo. Flip pass to Achua, no good. It was tapped off the backboard and taken by Nembhard. Knicks turn it over there. Halliburton hesitation dribble. Kicks it back up top. Turner fakes the pass. Now gives to Nembhard. Straight on three-pointer is good. It's 54-45. Knicks lead is down to 9. And some full court pressure here for the Pacers. Hart trying to spin away from Siakam. Has to get it over the timeline and does with a second to spare. Now with Brunson on the Knicks bench. Hart gets the Knicks into their offense. Leaves his feet, cross-court pass McBride. Fakes the 3, drives the lane, floats it up. No good. Hart's tap is no good. And Miles Turner taps it, but it's taken by DiVincenzo. He's blocked at the rim by Turner, but Achua is there for the putback.
That is a huge bucket. Without Jalen Brunson on the lineup, the Knicks are struggling to get points and get good looks. Achua with a big-time hustle play.
12 offensive rebounds for the Knicks, leading to 13 second-chance points. Here's Halliburton from the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Bounce pass into the block for Siakam. Back to Hart. Turnaround fall away from the dotted circle is good. And it's 56-47. Knicks by 9 as Brunson is back at the scorer's table. And Tom Thibodeau, not wanting to waste any more time before getting Brunson back in, signals for a timeout.
Yeah, that's a good move because he knows Jalen Brunson, when he's not on the floor, the Knicks struggle to generate good shots at the basket. They're going to do it with effort, and that's how they got that last bucket with offensive rebounds, but they need their floor leader back out there.
That bucket by Precious Achiuwa a moment ago, his first of the game. Achiuwa coming off the bench today after starting game number 4. Achiuwa with 2 points and 2 rebounds so far. But the offensive boards, we spoke about that. You did on the pregame show with Dan Grassa as well. It's been a big part of the story so far here, Wally. 12-2 advantage for the Knicks in offensive rebounds, and in total rebounds, 23-7 in favor of the Knicks.
That's incredible. With the Knicks giving up so much size, no OG Anunoby, pretty much their whole starting front court out of the lineup with injury, but still the effort that they're coming with in this game, the way they're feeding off the crowd, the team that has won the rebounding battle has had the advantage to winning the game in this series pretty much all series long. And
that was the case in the first round series, too, between the Knicks and the 76ers. The 2 games the Knicks were out-rebounded were the 2 games they lost in that series. So we have 4:40 to go in the second, 56-47. Looking ahead in terms of timeouts, for the remainder of the game, the Pacers are down to 3, and the Knicks have 4 remaining. As far as this quarter goes, each team has 2 team fouls, so 2 to give. Dante DiVincenzo and Deuce McBride, as well as Isaiah Hartenstein, have each committed 2 personal fouls for the Knicks. Obi Toppin is back in the game for Pascal Siakam. Knicks inbound, front court right side to Achiuwa, who hands the ball to Brunson, fresh off the Knicks bench, sitting on a 22-point evening so far. Andrew Nembhard guards Brunson, shot clock down to 6. Brunson working from the left elbow, behind the back, dribble, step back, jumper is good. He's got 24, Knicks up by 11. Halliburton around a Turner screen, into the corner for Nesmith. His spot of 3-pointer is short. Achiuwa taps the rebound to Hart. Knicks looking to push. Hart across the timeline. Now with the left-handed dribble, cut off by Nesmith, hands it to Brunson. Brunson right wing, Nembhard stops his penetration. Back and forth dribble for Jalen Brunson. He's double-teamed, high post Hart, lobs it inside, and Achiuwa lays it up and in off the glass. Great ball movement by the Knicks.
Outstanding execution when Jalen was doubled. Get to the nail and make something happen. Achiuwa with the easy 2.
60-47, 3:45 to go until halftime. Halliburton fakes the left side 3. Now it's Turner at the high post, and he throws it out of bounds. The Knicks defense forcing the turnover. Knicks want to get it in bounds in a hurry. DiVincenzo has it now in the hands of Brunson. 3:35 to go, second quarter. 60-47 Knicks. Brunson gets around Nembhard into the paint. Pump fake. Picks up his dribble. Finds Hart, and Brunson gets it back. Brunson right side of the arc, guarded by Nembhard. Right-handed dribble. A deep 3-pointer right side is no good. Short off the front of the rim. Nembhard grabs the rebound. Outlet passes knocked back by Hart. Taken by McBride. Left side Achiuwa to a cutting DiVincenzo, and it's a kick ball, so the Knicks will inbound on the front court on the left side. Josh Hart would have made a pretty good safety, don't you think?
Oh, he would have. He was not letting that pass get through. Great deflection. And how about the minutes by Precious Achiuwa? He has been outstanding. The things he's doing, not showing up in the box score, but he has been very solid.
13 minutes off the bench already for Achiuwa. Here's Brunson, one-on-one, center of the court with Nesmith. Behind the back pass, McBride. Open 3, straight on, ring it up, and the Knicks lead by 16. With 2:55 to go, chance of deuce at the Garden. Nembhard along the baseline, kicks it up top for Toppin, and now Nesmith. One dribble, finds Nembhard. DiVincenzo chases him. Loses his footing, kicks it out to Turner. Turner left side of the arc, gives to Nembhard. Wants to drive the paint around Achiuwa. Blocked against the backboard by Precious Achiuwa. Taken by Hart. Outlet pass to DiVincenzo right wing. Gives back to Brunson, who has it one-on-one with Nesmith. Crosses over towards the baseline. Spins towards the center. Finds Achiuwa. Floater. Dotted circle. In and out. Rebound taken by Toppin. That was halfway down. Toppin in the front court. Neesmith, left side, around DiVincenzo. Stolen by DiVincenzo. Knicks have numbers. Here's Hart, center of the court, to the basket. Lays it in. Knicks lead 65-47. 2:11 to go. Time out, Indiana.
What a performance by the New York Knickerbockers here tonight. Just in complete attack mode. The aggressors all first half. They are trying to put the knockout blow to these Indiana Pacers.
Wally, we're watching this terrific first half performance by the Knicks, bouncing back in a big way. You're trying to analyze the why. You look at what the Pacers are doing in terms of shooting. They're shooting 49% from the field, 75% from three-point range, and they're a perfect 9 for 9 from the line. And yet they're trailing by 18 with 2:11 to go in the second quarter.
The reason why they're down 18 is they're playing soft. That's exactly why. They are not playing physical. They're not playing tough. The Knicks are the aggressors. They're attacking every single time they get the opportunity. They're crushing the Indiana Pacers on the boards. They're plus, 15? It is a big-time number on the glass. And that is just all effort because the Knicks are undermanned. They're undersized. But they are just outwilling this Pacers team right now here in the first half.
And depth has been a challenge to the Knicks as they have lost key players to injury. Mitchell Robinson, Bojan Bogdanovic, OG Anunoby. A 7-man rotation so far tonight. But big efforts off the bench in this first half for both Achua and Burks.
Yeah, and the Knicks look like they're in turbo mode. And the Indiana Pacers are not. They don't have a turbo button. I mean, the Knicks are just running circles around the Indiana Pacers right now.
65-47, 2:08 to go in the second. Pacers are down to 2 timeouts remaining. Here's Halliburton around the Siakam screen, drives on McBride, gets to the basket and lays it in off the glass. So Halliburton now with 7 points. Using his long strides to get to the basket. Final minute 45 of the first half. McBride across the timeline. Halliburton a step or two off of him. Now McBride crosses over left side. Hart in the corner. Fakes the open three. Takes the open three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Toppin.
This is an important finish to the half. The Knicks cannot let the Pacers have any life.
Minute and a half to go. Up top, Toppin fakes the three. Drives on DiVincenzo. Slip pass underneath. Blocked by DiVincenzo. He got up to block Siakam's shot. Here's Hart. Right side. Brunson. One dribble. Pump fake from the corner. Back up top for DiVincenzo. Deep three. Straight on. Front rim no. Long rebound taken by Halliburton. Outlet Toppin. Pump fake underneath the basket. 2 Knicks leave their feet. McBride fouls him. Toppin lays it in. And a chance at a 3-point play.
These are crucial possessions right here. The Knicks had built their biggest lead, and now Indiana comes back with a couple buckets and a 3-point play opportunity here and this could be a 5-0 run here for the Pacers.
It's also the third foul against Deuce McBride with a minute 8 to go here in the second. He's the only player in the game on either side with 3 fouls. Knicks are in the penalty as Toppin makes the free throw. Pacers do have a foul to give here in the second. 65-52. Brunson guarded by Turner in the backcourt. Now he's picked up by Nembhard. Brunson brings it left side. 1-on-1 with Nembhard. Splits 2 defenders. Brings it to the foul line. Floater from 14 feet away is good for Jalen Brunson. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Knicks by 15. Halliburton pestered by McBride, who's got to be careful with those 3 fouls. Halliburton between the circles, left-handed dribble. McBride pulling his hands back. Now Halliburton drives left side, up top. Toppin, wide open, 3-pointer, no good. Rebound taken by Hart, but there's a whistle underneath. It's against the Knicks. It's a push-off against the Knicks after the shot, and it's going to go against Josh Hart, his second.
That's a big call right there. Siakam's going to go to the free throw line. He has struggled from the line, but the Pacers are locked in from the free throw line so far in this game. They have not missed a free throw yet. Doing a great job at 10 for 10.
Siakam in Game 3 on Friday night in Indy was 7 for 9 from the free throw line. That was his best game of the series. First one here is also good. Alec Burks back in for McBride, who goes to the bench with those 3 fouls. Gets a high five from Tom Thibodeau. 31 seconds to go, 67-53. McBride, 12 points in 19 minutes in his first half, his first career postseason start. Siakam, second free throw, also good. So there's a 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knicks basketball leading by 13. Brunson already with 26 points here in the first half. Nembhard guarding him. Brunson side-to-side dribble, now between the legs. A step or two inside the midcourt line. Goes to work with 8 on the shot clock. Spins, fallback jumper is good. Jalen Brunson all night so far with 28. Shot clock is off. Knicks lead by 15. Halliburton calmly into the front court. Crowd rises to its feet at the Garden. Halliburton a deep three, left-hand side, no good. DiVincenzo the rebound, and a three-quarters court shot comes up short, and the Knicks will take a 15-point lead into the locker room at halftime.
What a performance. Deuce McBride's defense on Halliburton was really key. The Knicks just being the aggressors the whole entire first half, and Jalen Brunson is back. Those 2 games that he struggled in Indiana, he looks like a completely different player with 28 big points in that first half.
Lots to talk about on the halftime show with Dan Grossa. That's coming up next. Your halftime score from the Garden in game number 5. Knicks 69 and the Pacers 54. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
When Mercedes-Benz owners choose Open Road of Bridgewater, they choose the best of the best, because at Open Road Bridgewater, you can be sure to find excellent service, excellent pricing, and first-class experience. And that's why Mercedes-Benz named them the best of the best. They're honored to receive this prestigious award. Choose the best of the best. Choose Open Road of Bridgewater on Route 22 East, or visit them online at openroadmercedesbenz.com.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn, or call 718-WINDOWS.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is playing the loosest slots, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games, all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Bethlehem is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years of age. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm a New Yorker. I want to contribute to public safety.
I want a 6-figure salary.
I want to get paid after I retire.
I want to take my kids on vacation.
New York City Department of Correction Officer jobs are available now for strong, brave, bold New Yorkers with problem-solving and communication skills. Most earn more than $85,000 in their first year. Register today. Search the words City Exams on your phone, click, then scroll to Correction Officer.
Want to serve with a purpose? Take the test. Join, discover New York City Corrections. Take the test.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
This is the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Dan Graca.
And it's time now for the New York Knicks halftime report, which is brought to you by Spectrum. Dan Graca with you. Well, you couldn't have scripted a better first half if you were the New York Knickerbockers, as they have thoroughly dominated the Pacers. 69-54 is their halftime lead at Madison Square Garden. It's time now for the first half spotlight. It is brought to you by BetMGM. Knicks ringing up a biggest lead of 18 in that first half, and this is when Indiana actually built up an early 7-point advantage, but then midway through the first quarter, things turned in the Knicks' favor. And once again, Jalen Brunson leading the charge, flashing that MVP caliber form, 28 points to lead all scorers in that opening half, including 18 in the second quarter. How about Deuce McBride, inserted into the starting lineup for tonight's game? Another shooter, help with some of the ball handling responsibilities, alleviating Jalen Brunson's strain. McBride has 12 points in the first half, and Josh Hart has rediscovered his scoring form, 12 points, including a couple of three-pointers. But the area where the Knicks have really made their mark in this first half, how about on the backboards? They have out-rebounded Indiana 27-11 total, and offensively, 12 rebounds for 13 second-chance points. Pacers with just 2 offensive boards for 6 points. Pascal Siakam's 13 points lead all scorers on the Pacers side. Tyrese Halliburton just 7 points in 20 minutes of action in that opening half. So things could not be going any better for this Knicks team. The tenacity, and Indiana resembles the team that maybe looks a step slow, maybe as the Knicks kind of appeared in that game on Sunday afternoon in game number 4. That was your first half spotlight presented by BetMGM. Get the BetMGM app today. Now you're winning with the king of sportsbooks. Please bet responsibly. Single out Isaiah Hartenstein, too. Didn't mention him, but he's got 7 rebounds total to go with 4 points, but the majority of those offensive rebounds. So collectively, team doing an excellent job in those first 2 quarters. Coach Thibodeau getting them ready to play and shaking off that disappointing performance on Sunday. Time now to look at the out-of-town scoreboard on this Tuesday around the NBA. One other game on the playoff schedule, and that'll be a little bit later on tonight in Denver. A Game 5, a pivotal Game 5 in a 2-2 series between the T-Wolves and the Nuggets. The road team in that series, opposite of what's happened in this series with the Knicks and Pacers, the road team is actually 4-0 in that one thus far. Denver, though, has not lost 3 in a row at home all season long. So they will look to keep that streak alive with a victory coming up a little bit later on today. Stick with MSG through round 2 for pre- and post-game coverage for every game the Knicks play. You can watch on MSG or stream it for free on MSG Plus with an eligible TV subscription. Time now for this date in New York Knicks history, and we go back to May the 14th, 1992. We have 2 worthy milestones on that day. First, Willis Reed was presented with the May 14th, 1970, when Willis Reed was presented with the NBA MVP award by NBA Commissioner Walter Kennedy at the Pan American Building in New York City. Now we fast forward 22 years into the future on May the 14th, 1992, and that was when the Knicks forced a game number 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals with a 100-86 win over Chicago at Madison Square Garden. Patrick Ewing scored 27 points with 8 rebounds and 3 blocks, despite suffering a sprained left ankle in the third quarter. So that is this date in New York Knicks history. Now, the Knicks obviously far from full health at this point of the postseason, missing 3 starters, 4 rotation players as they play Game 5 here tonight in this second-round best-of-7. And over the last couple of days, the criticism from outside voices was maybe centered on the way Coach Tom Thibodeau plays his guys throughout a long season, carrying over into the playoffs. And as far as the outside voices are concerned, earlier today, Josh Hart wasn't really hearing any of it.
You expect ignorance when people have no idea what goes on in this building. People love to have a narrative or a label, and they love to run with it. None of those guys are here watching us practice. None of those guys are watching what we do. At the end of the day, 7th year of my career, I probably had the more off days I probably had in my other years. We don't go contact and practice, but everyone thinks we do 3-hour practices of scrimmaging. So it's idiotic to put that on him. And he's not going to say anything about it. He's going to take that on the chin and keep it moving. But at the end of the day, people are going to say things for clicks. People are going to say things that make them feel like, they stuck it to them or they made something. But at the end of if they're not in this building or they're not in that locker room, whatever they say, it doesn't mean anything. Put any of those guys in this position and see what they do.
Josh Hart, once again, our halftime score. Knicks on top of the Pacers, 69-54. And if you think back, too, just the contrast between a game number 4 on Sunday to what we had here. In that game, the Knicks only scored 41 points in the first half on Sunday afternoon. Today, they scored 38 alone in just the first quarter. So really, a night and day the way this team is played. Now it's time for the Knicks Keys to the Half, brought to you by Open Road Auto Group. You would think it's as simple as just more of the same. Keep attacking the backboard, which we knew has always been critical to the Knicks' success. They were the number 1 offensive rebounding team, not just in these playoffs, but all season long, and it certainly carried over into this first half. 12-2, Knicks leading the Pacers on the offensive backboard, and overall 27-11, a plus 16 in the rebounding category. They're shooting well from the field at 54%, 6 of 16 from 3, but with 7 players getting their numbers called again today. Alec Burks, we should mention him too, 5 points off the bench, 2 of 3 from the field, picking up his hot shooting hand like we've seen the last 2 games in this series. That was the Knicks Keys to the Half, brought to you by Open Road Auto Group. Open Road Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Audi offer excellent pricing and first-class experience. Choose Open Road for your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Visit us online at openroad.com. And that was the New York Knicks halftime report. It was brought to you by Spectrum. Get Spectrum One, fast and reliable internet for $39.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Both free for 12 months. Restrictions apply. Visit Spectrum.com for details. I will talk to you again coming up in the post-game show, but next we will send it back to Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak. They have the second half for you. With the Knicks in control of this one, they lead the Pacers at halftime 69-54. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Now, it all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
Made it!
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee to at least send. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Sloman's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right. You don't need to make any payments for 18 months. Plus, Sloman's offers next day installation. Get an AC system installed as early as tomorrow with no payments for 18 months interest free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your free estimate. That's 516-932-7000.
18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. This offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
Back here at Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks lead at halftime over the Pacers, 69-54. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you. Terrific first half for the Knickerbockers. Second half coming up, and the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the brand new Tullamore Dew Honey. During tonight's action, glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So in that first half, Jalen Brunson leading all scorers in the game with 28 points, doing most of it from the mid-range and in. 12 for 18 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point range, and 3 for 4 from the foul line. Knicks as a team shooting 55% from the field and 6 for 16 from behind the three-point arc. But Wally, as you look at the reasons for the Knicks' halftime lead here of 15 points, you really have to start with the work they've done on the glass, both the offensive boards and rebounding in general, where they have a 27-11 advantage.
Yeah, that is a massive advantage. And the Pacers are shooting a high percentage, so there aren't that many misses, on their end of the floor for them to get offensive rebound opportunities. But just the will, the effort, the Knicks have completely flipped the script from Game 4, where they just didn't look like themselves. They didn't have the energy. They looked gassed. They got overwhelmed by the crowd at Indiana. The crowd here has been outstanding. We thought it would give them a big lift, and contributions all over the place, especially from Precious Achiuwa, who's been really good in the things that he has brought. Those intangibles is what you need against this high-octane offense Indiana Pacer team.
Achiuwa 16 minutes off the bench, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals, and also 4 points. You talk about looking like themselves. Jalen Brunson in 22 first-half minutes really looks like himself.
Yeah, he's so aggressive. I saw it immediately when he started this game. He was not just walking the ball up the floor. He was running the ball up the floor. He was really using his screens to try to turn the corner and make things happen and get into the paint. And as a result, he's back to being unguardable. No matter who guards him, whether it's Neesmith, Nembhard, McConnell, Halliburton, he has torched every defender that has tried to stop him.
Game 5 of this best-of-7 second-round series. Game 6 will be in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse on Friday night, either at 6 p.m. or at 8:30 p.m. As we get underway here in the second half, Tom Thibodeau does so with his starting 5, which today includes Deuce McBride. He's out there with Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hart, and Hartenstein. It'll be Knicks ball, the Pacers, that they have been wont to do during this postseason series, showing some full-court pressure here to begin quarter number 3. There's a slight delay as we wait for the ball to be triggered in, and it appears that we are now ready for that. So Knicks ball first, full-court pressure for the Pacers. And Brunson guarded by Neesmith in the backcourt. Knicks a 69-54 lead as we begin quarter number 3. Brunson with his back to Neesmith, left-handed dribble. Halliburton comes out on a double team. Brunson still with the dribble. Shot clock down to 8. Now Brunson towards the top of the key. Fall-back jumper comes up short, raises the side of the rim. Hartenstein bats the rebound, but out of bounds to the Pacers.
Yeah, that was not a good possession. Really good defense by Indiana. They made some adjustments on all those pick and rolls that Jalen Brunson has gotten. He got multiple screens, but Neesmith did a good job getting help from his secondary defenders and also fighting through those screens and doing a little bit better job of that.
11:38 to go in the third. Knicks a 15-point lead, and now the Knicks showing some full-court pressure. Nembhard handling in the backcourt. DiVincenzo guards him. Nembhard across the timeline. Left side pass, Halliburton. McBride swipes at the basketball. McBride had 3 fouls in the first half. Halliburton cross court into the right corner. Neesmith up top. Nembhard, a right side three-pointer, is no good off the back of the rim. DiVincenzo the rebound. Outlet to Hart. Hart looking to run, finds Hartenstein, scoops it back to DiVincenzo. Drives on Neesmith, slip pass, and Hartenstein is fouled from behind by Halliburton.
Great ball movement by the New York Knicks in this game. Isaiah Hartenstein's versatility at the center position, being able to be a playmaker and make decisions and a really good decision maker, has been key in that foul line area when he gets the rock. He's knocked down that little floater, and he's also found his shooters for some big-time shots.
So Hartenstein to the free throw line for the first time tonight. 4 points, 7 rebounds, and all 7 of his rebounds offensive rebounds. Wally, as the first free throw is good.
Looks completely locked in this game. Really, really feeling it at home. Got some home cooking. Got to sleep in his own bed. getting his friendly confines of the world's most famous arena, and he has just been energy all over the place.
Misses the second free throw, and Turner grabs the rebound. Quick outlet pass to the front court for Neesmith, back to Turner. Straight on three-pointer is good from the top of the arc.
You cannot leave that guy. Miles Turner, when he gets an open look at the basket, you might as well just chalk it up. Whether it's a deep three, whether it's a deep two, he is lights out right now from outside with that jumper.
70-57, Brunson pestered, finds McBride, tries to answer with a three. It's short. Long rebound, McBride taps to Hartenstein, out to Brunson, fakes the three left side, puts it on the floor, left elbow, now kicks it up top. Hart's three-pointer is off the front of the rim and rebounded by Halliburton. Good look there for Hart, flat on the jump shot. Nembhard kicks it out. Turner will try another one and knocks down two in a row, and all of a sudden the Knicks lead is down to 10, 70-60. Miles Turner with 13 points, 3 for 4 from downtown. Brunson between the circles. Now right side of the arc. One with Neesmith. Drives baseline, flips it up, no good. Rebound is taken by Turner. Pacers looking to push. Here's Halliburton left side. Bounce pass back for Neesmith. Out to Halliburton. Good ball movement here. Turner again knocks it down. 3 in a row from Miles Turner at the top of the arc. And the Knicks lead is down to 7, 70-63. Timeout, Tom Thibodeau.
You cannot leave him. He has a high release. He's a true 7-footer. And the Knicks are trying to get up on him. But once the guy gets hot, he is going to stay hot. You need to do something to keep that ball out of his hands because right now he is locked in from deep.
9:53 to go in the third quarter. Knicks lead the Pacers 70-63. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Well, I talk for a living, and whether I'm in the studio or at the ballpark, I'm sure to have a cup of Bigelow tea by my side. There's nothing like fueling my voice, body, and soul with only the finest tea. Bigelow Earl Grey. This delightful blend of black tea and real bergamot oil is not your ordinary tea. It's a broadcaster's dream come true. Keeps me energized and focused throughout the broadcast, ensuring I deliver nothing but the best for my loyal listeners. So join the millions of fans that make Bigelow tea number one in New York. Bigelow tea, the official hot tea of the New York Yankees.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
New York Presbyterian gives you the healthcare choices you want, like over 450 locations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and Westchester. Virtual care that lets you connect with us digitally. World-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine, and Health Matters, an online source for the latest health and wellness topics and tips. Experience extraordinary healthcare when and where you need it. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. Restrictions apply.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the New York Knicks are in. It's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an authorized betting partner of the NBA. Download the BetMGM app and make every playoff game, every vital play mean more than ever. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years or older to wager and physically present in New York or New Jersey only. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And we're back here at Madison Square Garden, 9:53 to go in the third quarter, and the Knicks' lead has been trimmed to 7. They've led by as many as 18 points in this game. Right now, it's 70-63, and as he has been known to do at the beginning of quarters, Wally, Tom Thibodeau here calling an early timeout to settle things down.
Have to call this early timeout because the Knicks came out of the locker room to start the second half, and they were not ready to go. The fans were not in the stands yet. They look up now at the scoreboard, and that lead has been slashed. 3 quick threes by Miles Turner has cut this game to a 7-point lead. Now, you knew the Pacers were going to make a run. They make their run. Now it's the Knicks' turn to make theirs. You got to settle in here. You got to get some good looks at the basket because this game is far from over.
A 9-1 run to begin the third quarter. All 9 of those points courtesy of Miles Turner on those 3 3-pointers. So Knicks ball out of the timeout. 9:50 to go in the third. McBride across the timeline. He's guarded by Halliburton. Between the circles, gives to Brunson left side of the arc. McBride sets him a screen, then runs away. Here comes the Hartenstein screen. Brunson brings it right side. Crosses over towards the center, around, and to the basket, comes up short. Rebound taps into the hands of Nembhard. Nembhard inside the arc. Stops at the foul line, kicks it up top for Turner. They close out on him. He's got the hot hand. Nembhard loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds to the Knicks.
Good defense by Dante DiVincenzo. Did a good job harassing Nembhard. Forced him to lose the handle on that ball and dribbled it right into the first row.
9:20 to go. Knicks the ball up by 7. Here's McBride, high post, Hartenstein. Hartenstein hands to Brunson. Brunson turns and faces. Bounce pass left wing. DiVincenzo cuts the paint. Floater. Dotted circle is good.
He's the guy that has to get going in this second half. Dante's been great on defense. He only has 6 points.
Nembhard drives around DiVincenzo, is fouled by McBride, and that is number 4 on Deuce McBride.
Yeah, that's a big foul right there. You have to be ready. When you score, Indiana is one of the best in the league, maybe the best in the NBA, at getting it out of their own net when they give up a basket and then going down the opposite end of the floor and attacking.
So Nembhard's first free throw is no good, too strong off the back of the rim. Andrew Nembhard, second-year man out of Gonzaga, started his college career at the University of Florida. 47 regular season starts this year. He averaged 10.1 points per game. The Pacers were 30-17 when he started, as he hits the second free throw, and the Knicks lead 72-64. McBride still out there with the 4 fouls. Brunson, left-handed dribble in the front court. Fakes one way, goes towards the foul line. Still with the left-handed dribble. Up top for Hart. They give him space to operate. Hart brings it towards the left baseline. Left elbow, Hartenstein. Hart gets it back down the lane, and he's blocked out of bounds. It's out of bounds off of the Pacers, but there's only 0.8 of a second left on the shot clock for the Knicks.
Yeah, that was good recovering defense by Miles Turner. That long arm came out of nowhere to block that shot by Josh Hart, who had turned the corner towards his right hand.
Turner had 3 blocked shots on Sunday in Game 4. That's his second of the night. So the Knicks have to get it up quickly here. Less than a second on the shot clock. Brunson inbounding, bounce pass. McBride flips it up and is blocked. Rebound taken by the Pacers. Play continues. Nembhard in the front court drives around DiVincenzo. Bounce pass inside. Siakam's layup is no good. Rebounded by Hartenstein. Knicks look to push. They have some numbers. Right side, DiVincenzo steps into a 3. In and out. Hartenstein, another offensive rebound. Dribbles out of trouble. Out to DiVincenzo. Shovel pass inside. Hart lays it up and in.
That is a huge offensive rebound. Isaiah Hartenstein just gathering all the glass, and big bucket for the Knicks.
Knicks back up by 10. Nembhard foul line jumper, no good. Another rebound for Hartenstein, his 11th. Just over 4 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Knicks 74-64. Brunson crossover, pull up, left elbow jumper is short. It was a line drive off the front of the rim. Outlet pass off the rebound to Halliburton. He's working right side of the arc against McBride. Left wing Nembhard matched up with DiVincenzo. Nembhard dribbles towards the top of the arc. Now down to the left baseline and Turner. Turner turns, spaces, knocked away by Hart, taken by DiVincenzo. Knicks pushing again. Hart splits 2 defenders, knocked out of his hands and stolen by the Pacers. Here comes Halliburton across the timeline. Circles towards the center of the court, picks up his dribble, throws the ball towards the basket, and there's a whistle from the other side of the court by Scott Foster. There's a foul on the floor against Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah, this game's getting a little bit hectic here, a little ratty. Josh Hart had an opportunity in the fast break, but he got that ball stripped, and then Indiana's going to come right back and try to attack.
Halliburton was trying to sell it by throwing it at the basket from behind the 3-point arc, but it's a front court inbound for the Pacers. 7:19 to go in the third. Knicks lead by 10. Siakam drives on Hartenstein, cut off at the block, but he finds Turner before he does. There's a whistle. It's a carrying violation against Pascal Siakam.
Wow, that came out of nowhere. With the way Tyrese Halliburton carries the ball on every single possession, you call a carry on Pascal Siakam on that play.
James Williams making the call. Knicks ball up by 10. 7 minutes to go in the third. Now it's Halliburton matched up with Brunson. Bounce pass up top. Bride fires away. Knocks it down. Three-pointer is good. Knicks up by 13.
That is a big weapon. When they double Jalen Brunson, Deuce is ready to shoot, and that was 3 feet behind the line.
6:45 to go. Turner, 16-foot jump shot is no good. Hartenstein rebound, quick outlet. Hart has Brunson on his right, spotting up. Fires the three and knocks it down. 31 for Jalen Brunson. Knicks lead is back up 80-64. Timeout, Indiana.
What a play by the New York Knicks. And I thought Jalen Brunson had a little bit more time to get his feet set, but he quick shot that ball, wasn't really on balance, floated it up, and nailed that big three. I'll tell you, this lineup with Deuce McBride and Jalen Brunson on the floor together, it has been solid tonight. The Knicks have found something.
Jalen Brunson's second three-pointer of the night. He's got 31 points, and with 6:36 to go in the third quarter, Knicks have a 16-point lead. It is 80-64 here at the Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
I'm a New Yorker. I want to contribute to public safety.
I want a 6-figure salary.
I want to get paid after I retire. I want to take my kids on vacation.
New York City Department of Correction Officer jobs are available now for strong, brave, bold New Yorkers with problem-solving and communication skills. Most earn more than $85,000 in their first year. Register today. Search the words City Exams on your phone, click, then scroll to Correction Officer.
Want to serve with a purpose? Take the test. Join, discover. New York City Corrections. Take the test.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FOODSAVE10 for the largest selection of international foods and all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce. And $10 off your first order of $50. Use promo code FOODSAVE10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is playing the loosest slots, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games, all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Bethlehem is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Must be 21 years of age. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including the Americana Mall and the mall at Short Hills. Knicks on a 10-1 run here in the third quarter, Wally, 80-64. They have pushed their lead back up to 16 points. There are 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the third, and the Pacers are down to their final timeout.
Yeah, and the Pacers' heads are down. Tyrese Halliburton's walking around with his head down. Right now, their spirits are not really that good because this crowd has completely overwhelmed this young team. The atmosphere has been electric. The Knicks' effort has been maximum this whole entire game, and I said it. Pacers made their run. It's time for the Knicks to make theirs, and they have answered the bell and built this lead back up to 16.
Rick Carlisle going back to his bench. Obi Toppin, T.J. McConnell replaced Andrew Nembhard and Pascal Siakam. Here's Halliburton, left side pass for Toppin. Hands the ball to McConnell. McConnell had 4 points in that first half. Halliburton just inside the midcourt line. 8 seconds to shoot. Drives. Cut off by Hartenstein. Sends it into the left corner. Toppin's three is no good. Long rebound scooped up by Brunson. Neesmith picks up Brunson in the front court. Around the Hartenstein screen goes Brunson. Now still with the left-handed dribble. Backs it out near midcourt. We've got 6:05 to go in the third. Brunson crosses over, down the lane, floats it up, count it for Jalen Brunson. Knicks lead by 18. Halliburton quickly the other way, spins away from McBride, right wing pass, Turner. Turner's got 3 threes in this quarter, and he is blocked from behind by Hartenstein. taken by Hart. Outlet DiVincenzo. Bounce pass to McBride, who slams it home. And the Knicks lead by 20 with 5:38 to go in the third. Halliburton crossover dribble, right wing, three-pointer, no good off the back of the rim. Toppin taps the rebound. And it was an over-the-back call against Obi Toppin.
And the place was so loud you can't even hear the whistle. I mean, the crowd is just going nuts. This is what an atmosphere here at the world's most famous arena. Just outstanding play by the New York Knicks, getting stops, getting offensive rebounds, and then getting buckets in transition.
Hartenstein in the front court, right side. McBride hit the floor. Play continues. McBride to his feet. Here's Brunson on the left wing. Shot clock down to 9. Knicks lead by 20. Right side pass. DiVincenzo. Deep three-pointer off the back of the rim. High rebound hits the shot clock, and it's out of bounds off of the Knicks. A moment ago, as this place was going crazy, Fat Joe, who is sitting about 3 seats down from the Knicks bench, I wasn't sure if he was going to inbound the ball or Josh Hart. He was on his feet. It's been that kind of night so far at the Garden. McConnell takes it left baseline. Stop for Toppin. Fakes the three. Drives the lane. And he throws it out of bounds. McConnell wasn't there.
Those are the type of plays that Obi Toppin, moving forward in his career, he has to clean up. He's a talented scorer. He's a great athlete. But he makes some dumb basketball plays. And that was one throwing it into the first row.
Here's McBride. Little hesitation. Dribble gets inside the paint. Kicks it out to Hart. 4:43 to go in the third. Hart dribbles and hands to Brunson. Brunson picked up by Toppin. Fires a three. Left side, front rim. DiVincenzo slams down the follow. Coming from the baseline, Dante DiVincenzo puts the Knicks up by 22. And there is a whistle, and DiVincenzo and Turner's going after DiVincenzo. He's got to be pulled back by two of his teammates. DiVincenzo not backing down. He is now removed from the situation. It started with a collision between Miles Turner, 6'11", and Dante DiVincenzo, 6'5". The Knicks guard not backing down as teams are being sent back to their benches here with 4:27 to go in the third.
Dante DiVincenzo has been that spark plug for the Knicks all playoffs long. He got into it with Embiid. He's getting into it with big guys. That was a tough screen that he ran into by Miles Turner.
Easily dissolved. We'll go to replay for that.
That was Scott Foster's voice announcing that they are going to review this. Turner set the screen. DiVincenzo and Turner's arms got locked up, and they immediately started jawing at each other after DiVincenzo tried to shove Turner off of him after their arms got locked up.
And let's not forget the electric dunk by Dante DiVincenzo right before. I mean, he flew from 5 feet away on the weak side to get that offensive rebound put back. Yeah, Miles Turner grabs his arm, and then Dante DiVincenzo's not going to have any of it. Pushes him, grabs him. My call is this might be a double foul. And I think they're both probably going to get technicals, absolutely for sure. Dante DiVincenzo is just so emotional right now. He's not knocking down shots, so he's not happy with not making his open threes, and he's letting it all out against these Pacers.
Now, in the first half, there was a skirmish that resulted in 3 technical fouls, 2 against the Knicks, Hartenstein and Alec Burks, and 1 against Isaiah Jackson of the Indiana Pacers. And the crowd here chanting DiVincenzo.
Gotta love it. You gotta love the competitive nature, the fire, the spark, just letting it all out there. These Villanova guys, I'll tell you, there's a reason why they're champions. They were champions in the NCAA tournament, dominant in their years playing together for the Nova team, and now the Nova Knicks bringing it to the NBA playoffs. I mean, this type of effort, this type of adrenaline, this type of competitiveness, it is just fun to watch.
And while all this is going on, the Knicks have a 22-point lead, 86-64, with 4:27 to go in the third.
The foul by DiVincenzo has been indeed a common foul. Following the altercation, a double technical foul will be assessed to Turner and DiVincenzo, and we'll play from there.
So a common foul against Dante DiVincenzo running into the Miles Turner screen, and then double technicals against DiVincenzo and Turner. So DiVincenzo now joins Deuce McBride with 4 personal fouls. As far as the Knicks go, they have 3 team fouls. Pacers have 2, and this will be a front court inbound for Indiana. And Tom Thibodeau, recognizing the 4th foul that was assessed to DiVincenzo, is now sending Alec Burks into the game. DiVincenzo to the bench. So Thibodeau goes to his bench for the first time this quarter. He has Burks with Brunson, McBride, Hart, and Hartenstein on the floor. Knicks lead by 22. Turner is on the bench. Siakam is back in. He has it, guarded by Hartenstein. Hands the ball to Ben Shepherd. 1 dribble right side past McConnell. And now Siakam. Hands the ball to Halliburton, led by a double team. Shot clock down to 6. Toppin working towards the foul line with the left-handed dribble. Takes a peek at the shot clock, and he dribbles it out of bounds off of his leg as Hart forced the turnover. Now, James Williams and Gedimitis Petritis are going to talk about this call, and they overturn it. Williams originally said Knicks ball. It is Pacers ball, but they're going to have to reset the shot clock here.
Yeah, they're going to have to check how much time's left on the clock. It looks like Isaiah Hartenstein's hand just deflected it out of bounds into the first celebrity row. But outstanding defense, nonetheless, by the New York Knicks. They're bottling up Tyrese Halliburton in the pick and rolls, which is huge.
1.7 on the shot clock. 4:10 to go here in the third quarter. And that was a close play, so it's a good time to remind you that each team does have its challenge available. The Pacers had a successful challenge in the first half. The only thing to keep in mind for the Pacers, in order to use your challenge, you need a timeout, and they only have 1 timeout left. 1.7 on the shot clock. Quick inbound. Halliburton fires a 3. No good off the back of the rim. Burks the long rebound. Burks in the front court, left side. Picked up by Toppin. Now Brunson. Shepherd up on Brunson. Hasn't guarded him much this series. Brunson around the screen. Brings it left side of the arc. Now he's picked up by Toppin. Brunson looking to go to work on Toppin. Pump fake. Leaves his feet. Finds Burks top of the arc. 4 seconds to shoot. Burks draws contact. Is fouled on the foul line jumper and will go to the line.
How good has Alec Burks been since getting an opportunity to get into the playoff rotation? Didn't see the floor barely at all in the Philadelphia 76ers series, but all of a sudden with OG Anunoby going down, the Knicks need scoring, the Knicks need shooting, the Knicks need that veteran presence. Also, Bojan Bogdanovic going down in the Philadelphia 76ers series. Alec Burks playing his best basketball in the New York Knicks uniform in his second stint this season.
First free throw is short, no good. 1 more coming for Alec Burks. Before Game 3 on Friday night in Indiana, Burks had played a total of 44 seconds this entire postseason. And then back-to-back performances of 14 and 20 points. Second free throw is good, and Burks is right back in the rotation with 6 points off the bench tonight. Knicks lead by 21, 3:40 to go in the third. McConnell guarded by Burks. Tries to get around a top and screen. Shepherd drives from the top towards the left baseline. Cut off by Hart. High post Siakam gives it back to McConnell. 5 seconds to shoot. McConnell down the lane, too strong. Siakam's follow is no good. Burks the rebound. Knicks looking to push. Brunson right side. Drives at Shepherd towards the foul line. Now backs it out. Hands to Hart. Straight line drive for Hart. Switches in there. Knocks it in off the glass. Josh Hart. Knicks lead by 25. 3:05 to go in the third. Acrobatic off-balance shot for Josh Hart. Flip pass inside from Halliburton to Siakam. Good ball movement here. Shepherd's open 3 is good from the left corner. Quiets the crowd momentarily. 89-67. Knicks still up by 22. 2:45 to play in the third. Here's Brunson around a McBride screen. Pounding it with the left hand. Backing in on McConnell. Shot clock down to 7. Brunson flips it up and in over T.J. McConnell.
Mouse in the house. Jalen Brunson just completely beast-moded T.J. McConnell. Too small, too little.
Got 35. Knicks up by 24. Toppin, left baseline, kicks it up top for McConnell, and now Siakam. He wants to drive on Achua. Left corner, Toppin fakes the 3. Gives to McConnell from the left side. 3 seconds to shoot. Nobody wants to shoot for the Pacers. Halliburton drives, lays it up and in just ahead of the shot clock buzzer.
That was close. He barely got it up. He had to float it up there to get it in.
The lane opened up at the last second for Tyrese Halliburton. Less than 2 minutes to play in the third. Knicks lead by 22. Brunson, lazy bounce pass, stolen by Halliburton, takes it in for an uncontested slam, and it's 91-71. Minute 40 to go in the third. Hart pestered by Siakam and fouled by Siakam just across the midcourt line. It's on the floor, and the Pacers had a foul to give. Wally, I know what you're thinking. You always talk about the importance of closing quarters strong, especially one like this where the Knicks have been so effective.
All my great coaches that I played for, they all talked about the last 2 minutes of each quarter sets the tone for the following quarter, and this is a big close to this third quarter for the Knicks.
Minute and a half to go. High post pass to Chua. Left wing. Burks lines up a three and knocks it down. 94-71. Knicks lead back to 23. Neesmith, bounce pass, left side McConnell. Up top, Neesmith. Open three-pointer is good. 94-74 with a minute 14 to go in the third. Pacers tonight, 58% from downtown. McConnell guarding Brunson full court. Throws it ahead to Hart. Across the timeline. Final minute, third quarter. Hart one dribble back to Brunson, right side of the arc. Toppin comes with a double team. Brunson driving now on McConnell. Working at the top of the key. Left wing. Hart, no hesitation. Three-pointer off the side of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Lays it up and in off the glass. 44 seconds to play. 96-74. Siakam working between the circles, looking for McConnell. McBride backing off of McConnell. Shot clock down to 13. 30 seconds to go in the third. McConnell right wing, Neesmith. Now to Siakam. Drives right baseline. Loses the handle and a foul is called as it was knocked out of his hands by Precious Achiuwa. And Achiuwa is going to be called for this foul.
Now, this is a really tough game to officiate because the officials, they can't even hear themselves think. They can't communicate at all. We can't hear the whistle. It's so loud in this building. That definitely looked like a foul, but we thought the Knicks were going the other way because you can't hear a thing. This sound is deafening. This crowd is deafening. What an emotional place right now are these New York Knickerbocker fans.
Siakam to the free throw line. Achiuwa picked up his second foul. First, no good for Pascal Siakam. Josh Hart, Wally, 18 points, 10 rebounds, his seventh double-double of these playoffs. Siakam with his 16-foot free throw as he's a foot behind the line. That one's good. He's got 14 points. There's a 1.5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Knicks basketball leading by 21 here at the end of the third. Brunson, conscious of the clock, guarded by McConnell, passes away from the double team. They work it to Burks on the right wing, back to McBride, and now Brunson. 7 seconds to shoot. Brunson, met by the double team again, spins away from Shepard, finds Burks, drives right baseline, pump fake, fallback jumper, no good. Offensive rebound to Chua, throws it up at the buzzer, no good. Off the back of the rim. Third quarter comes to an end, and the Knicks have increased their lead to 21 points.
Yeah. And they got pushed to start this third quarter. The lead dwindled down to 7, but then the Knicks were going to have none of that. They regained their composure. They continued to get stops on the defensive end of the floor, and the ball movement has been outstanding the way guys are sharing it.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN-FM, New York.
Knicks are 12 minutes away from regaining their lead in this best-of-7 series. 3 quarters in the books, Knicks 96 and the Pacers 75. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Slomin's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right. You don't need to make any payments for 18 months. Plus, Slomin's offers next-day installation. Get an AC system installed as early as tomorrow with no payments for 18 months interest-free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your free estimate. That's 516-932-7000.
18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. This offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
Grand Marnier is an award-winning blend of fine cognac and orange liqueur. It's made for those who live to step outside the box, who like to put a twist on the traditional, and believe in a world that's not just good, but grand. Visit GrandMarnier.com to learn how to take cocktails from ordinary to extraordinary and live grand. Grand Marnier Liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2022, Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style. Always drink responsibly.
NBA fans looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private, state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. ThriveWell, saving lives, drip by drip.
Fourth quarter set to begin at Madison Square Garden. Knicks extending their lead in the third, outscoring the Pacers 27-21, and they take a 21-point lead into the fourth. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you for game number 5. Jalen Brunson, 35 points to lead the way so far. And the Knicks, you mentioned it going into the break, Wally, pushed early in that third quarter. But again, what a response backed by this frenzied crowd.
Yeah, this crowd has been unbelievable. I think part of the reason the Pacers made the run is the crowd was still getting their refreshments, and they weren't back in the stands. Now they're back, and they are bringing it.
Pacers ball to begin the fourth. Shepard sends it up top for McConnell. DiVincenzo's back out there. McConnell bottled up and fouled on the left block as he tried to penetrate the lane. This foul is against Alec Burks, his first. So to reset the Knicks lineup, you have Burks, DiVincenzo, Brunson, Hartenstein, and Achua. Inbound, Nesmith misses the three. Siakam, the offensive rebound, and is fouled by Achua. So 2 quick fouls in the first 19 seconds of the fourth quarter against the Knicks.
Yeah, and the Knicks right now, they're asleep. They got to wake up because that inbound pass went straight to the corner, wide open shot for Nesmith. Knicks were not ready for that official to put the ball in play.
11:41 to go. Fourth quarter just underway. Isaiah Jackson back in, gets the inbound, hands it back to McConnell, who tries to drive on Burks. Fall back jumper from the dotted circle, in and out. Achua, nice rebound as he snatches it away from the Pacers. Achua waiting for Brunson in the front court, and Brunson is an offensive foul as he pushed off against Nesmith. Second foul against Jalen Brunson. Knicks turn it over. Pacers trailing by 21 points. McConnell between the circles. High post. Siakam fires a three straight on. No good. Rebound back tapped and taken by McConnell. To a cutting Siakam off the glass and in, plus the foul.
Sloppy start to this quarter by the New York Knicks. That call on Jalen Brunson, I thought Nesmith was holding him first, but then they give up an offensive rebound. Siakam flying through the lane. Precious Achua commits that foul, and Siakam has a three-point play opportunity.
So 2 quick fouls here in the fourth for Achua. He's now on the bench with 4 as Josh Hart re-enters the game. Achua has 4, as does DiVincenzo and McBride for the Knicks. Siakam to the line, looking to finish the three-point play. And he does, so it's 96-78. The Knicks lead trimmed to 18 points. Biggest lead was 25 in the third quarter. Minute gone by here in the fourth. Brunson working against Neesmith. Around to Burke's screen. Inside the paint, floats it up. No good. Rebound taken by Neesmith. McConnell into the front court. DiVincenzo waits for him. McConnell drives, spins on the right block. Count it off the glass, plus the foul. And that's going to be number 5 against Dante DiVincenzo. The Knicks lead down to 16.
Knicks better wake up here. T.J. McConnell just dribbled the ball all the way down the floor. Just went into his little spin move down underneath. You know he's not going to pull up and take jump shots, but he's crafty scoring around the basket. Did a good job getting that contact from DiVincenzo, and this is a big loss with Devo going out of the game with his 5th foul.
And Deuce McBride coming in for him. McBride, as mentioned a moment ago, has 4 fouls. So DiVincenzo takes his seat on the end of the Knicks bench, frustrated with that last foul. Now McConnell tries to finish the conventional three-point play. His free throw is good. Knicks a quick inbound, and all of a sudden their lead is 15. Brunson bottled up in the backcourt, finds Hart as an outlet into the front court for McBride. One dribble left side of the arc, picked up by Siakam. McBride brings it center and gives to Brunson. Now Neesmith all the way up on Brunson. Shot clock down to 8. Jalen Brunson with 35 points tonight. Working against Neesmith. Pulls up and fires a 3. No good off the front of the rim. Hartenstein trying to corral the offensive rebound. It bounces to Siakam. In the front court, Neesmith up top. Siakam lines up an open three-pointer and knocks it down. And the Knicks lead is down to 12, 96-84. Garden crowd getting a little anxious with the start to the fourth quarter. McBride across the timeline. Picked up by McConnell. Brings it left side around the screen. In the corner, Burks fires a 3 and knocks it down. Big shot for Alec Burks.
Automatic. Alec Burks just lighting it up from deep. Knicks have to stay in attack mode here. They cannot get conservative.
McConnell picks up his dribble at the foul line, kicks it out. Siakam drives around Hart, lays it in with the right hand off the glass. Knicks lead is 13. 9:40 to go, fourth quarter. McBride sprints into the front court. Chased by McConnell. Now gives to Brunson, right side of the arc. 9:30 to go. Brunson drives on Neesmith. Stop, go, floater, good.
A lot of contact, too. Neesmith and Brunson, this is an absolute physical battle between those two.
Brunson with 37 points. They throw it into the left block for Siakam. Hart guards him, giving up about 4 inches in height. Siakam drives, kicks it up top. Neesmith fakes the 3, bounce past Siakam, sends it into the right corner. Shepard's open 3, no good off the heel of the rim. Brunson skies for the rebound. Just over 3 minutes gone by in the fourth. Brunson working against Neesmith, loses his footing. Brunson around him, floats it up, can't get the roll. Offensive rebound, Hartenstein lays it up. Ball went into the basket, but it's not going to count.
No, I think they're giving Jalen Brunson the bucket on a goaltend.
That's exactly what they're doing. Goaltending against the Pacers, so count the initial basket for Jalen Brunson after that terrific move causing Neesmith to fall to the floor.
Broke his ankles. That's going to end up all over the highlights.
103-86. McConnell burrows his way to the basket but can't finish the reverse layup as Hartenstein grabs rebound number 13. Knicks lead is back up to 17 with 8:30 to go in the fourth. Burks, three-pointer, no good off the side of the rim. Jackson, good box out and rebound for the Pacers. Here comes McConnell, chased by McBride. Right wing, Neesmith fakes the 3, drives the lane, lays it off, and there's an offensive foul. Guess who? Jalen Brunson stepping up to take the charge.
And he got leveled. Aaron Neesmith was going to the basket. He could not change directions. He could not stop. And he steamrolled Jalen Brunson. He got nailed on that possession, but that is just outstanding defense. That sets the tone when your leader, your all-star, your franchise is taking charges like that. Everyone follows suit on the defensive end of the floor.
Miles Turner back in the game, greeted by a round of boos after his altercation last quarter with Dante DiVincenzo. John Starks is practically on the playing surface right now, out of his seat on the baseline. He sits down, and McBride brings it into the front court. Knicks alumni in full force again for Game 5. Knicks lead 103-86, 8:05 to go. Brunson brings it right side. Bounce pass up top. McBride fires a three. In and out. Long rebound tapped by Hartenstein. And there's a foul underneath against the Pacers. Hartenstein again on the offensive boards, wreaking havoc.
Yeah, just too quick. He has such quick feet for a 7-footer at his size. And Miles Turner is a little bit slow-footed. And right now, Isaiah Hartenstein just quicker and faster to every loose offensive rebound.
Foul was against Siakam. Inbound. Brunson gets it back. Reverse layup. Counted and the foul. How did he get that one to go?
I have no idea. He released that ball when he was 1 inch from the floor, just landing flat on his back, flipped it up with his left hand, got the N1, and here come the chants, MVP.
41 points for Jalen Brunson in this bounce-back performance tonight. Free throw is good. He finishes the three-point play. Knicks lead is back up to 20, 106-86 with 7:54 to play in the fourth. Halliburton drives, bounce pass, kicked out of bounds, off of the Knicks. Shot clock remains at 16 seconds. 7:49 to go in the fourth here at the Garden. Obi Toppin back in for Siakam.
I'm surprised Siakam's been on the bench as often as he has. The Knicks have no answer for him. He's been big.
Inbound pass, lobbed out to Turner, right side of the arc, one dribble, and hands to Halliburton. Halliburton changes directions, now passes left side, but he traveled, shuffled the foot before the pass. Halliburton turns it over. So the Knicks get it back, 7:44 to play. A 20-point lead. Crowd into it. McBride across the timeline, patiently dribbling between the circles. Gives to Brunson, who's got 42 points. Brunson guarded by the rookie Shepard. Fakes one way, goes the other. Stops at the foul line, fall away jumper, in and out, Toppin the one-handed rebound. 7:20 left. Pacers hurry it into the front court. Nembhard cross-court pass. Toppin. And it's an offensive foul against Miles Turner, flattening Deuce McBride with an illegal screen.
That's a great job by Deuce McBride, too, selling it. I was taught by the great Jerry Seasting. He was a great two-guard back in the day for the Boston Celtics. He always said, if you feel a moving screen coming, make sure you run into it and alert the official. That's the only way you're going to get those calls made, and that's exactly what Deuce McBride did.
Former Knicks assistant coach Jerry Seasting. 106-86. Knicks by 20. Brunson right side of the arc, guarded by Shepard, goes left side, away from the screen. Euro step, floater, too strong. Hartenstein offensive rebound. Out to McBride. Knicks will run some more time. 6:55 to go in the fourth. Hartenstein waiting for Burks to pop free. He can't. Now Hartenstein with the dribble. Brings it left side. Hands to Brunson. 2 seconds to shoot. Burks, one dribble, fires away. No good. Toppin the rebound. 6:40 to go. 106-86 Knicks. Nembhard splits two defenders with the dribble. Just inside the foul line. Now finds Turner on the right baseline. Back up top for Nembhard. He's guarded by Hart. Drives up top. Turner. Open three. Off the front of the rim. And it bounces out of bounds.
Dante DiVincenzo cooled him off with that little altercation because he was red hot in the third quarter. That was the look that he's been hitting all series long, but he barely hit the rim on that one.
Brings us to a timeout on the floor with 6:24 to go in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks in Game 5 have a 106-86 lead over the Indiana Pacers. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
You made it.
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or NissanUSA.com.
Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees, 2024 Ultima SV front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
Contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
Spectrum One is a big deal. You get Spectrum Internet with the most reliable internet speeds, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security and privacy, and a free Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line with nationwide 5G included, all while saving big. For the big speed, big reliability, and big savings you want, get Spectrum One. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. Visit spectrum.com/big deal for full details. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
This out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Best Trails and Travel. One other game tonight. It's a big one in Denver. Timberwolves and Nuggets. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Of course, the last time and the only time the Minnesota Timberwolves went to the Western Conference Finals, the man to the left of me was on that team back in 2004, Wally. Big game tonight for your Wolves.
That was quite a run. That was quite a team. This team's really good, but boy, did they get a wake-up call from the defending champs. Everyone was writing off the defending champs after they lost both their games on their home floor, but then the Timberwolves could not defend their home floor. Jokic, the best player on the planet, reminded all of us that he is still the man. Tonight is going to be an interesting game.
Huge Game 5 in that series. It'll be in the Mile High City right after this one, starting at 10:30. That's the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Visit them today for the ultimate travel experience at besttrailstravel.com. Speaking of big Game 5s, Knicks looking to close this one out. 6:24 away from doing that here in the fourth quarter. They lead 106-86. Knicks will inbound and go the length of the floor against the full court pressure by the Pacers.
I'll tell you, John Starks thinks he's an assistant coach out here. I mean, he is dapping up Alec Burks. He is getting involved in this game. He's talking smack to the Indiana Pacers. Well, that's Celebrity Row, and former Nick Rowe is on fire right now.
Something about that Pacers uniform brings it out of Starks and others, I'm sure. Knicks in the front court. Brunson whips the pass into the corner. It's deflected out of bounds off of Toppin. 6 seconds on the shot clock. On the floor for the Knicks right now, Brunson, McBride, Hart, Hartenstein, and Alec Burks, who has played 20 minutes tonight and given the Knicks 12 points. Burks had 5 double-digit scoring games for the Knicks in the regular season. He's now had 3 in a row here in the playoffs. Inbound to Brunson, inside the foul line. Stop, fall back, jumper, spins out. Hartenstein, another offensive rebound, his 11th. Up top, Brunson. Now McBride, baseline, inside pass, Hartenstein, up top, Hart. Fakes the pass, drives, pull-up floater, rolls around, no good. Top in the rebound. 5:45 to play, Knicks by 20. Nembhard all the way to the basket, lays it up. Wild shot, left-handed is no good. Hartenstein, his 16th rebound of the game. Brunson fakes one-way, drives at Neesmith, and then is cut off. Backing in on the right block. Backing in with the left-handed dribble. Up top for Hart. They swing it around. Burks fakes the 3, now fires left corner. Good for Alec Burks.
Shoot or shoot. Alec Burks is ready. Camping out in that left corner, just drilling jumpers.
Halliburton beats everyone down court and scores reverse layup in transition to cut the Knicks lead to 21 with 5:10 to play.
4 threes for Alec Burks. Just huge contribution off the bench.
In 6 attempts. Side-to-side dribble for Brunson. We've got 5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Brunson picked up by Neesmith, right corner. Hart fires away. No good off the front of the rim. Hartenstein taps the rebound out of bounds. Was this off the Pacers? It was. There's a foul called against the Pacers. Against Miles Turner, once again, Isaiah Hartenstein's impact on the offensive glass, getting the Knicks another possession.
Completely dominating the center matchup is Isaiah Hartenstein. quicker to every rebound, more aggressive to every single rebound. What a performance by Isaiah.
Brunson flip pass, McBride to the basket, can't finish the layup. Rebounded by Siakam. Brings it quickly into the front court, cut off by Hart, finds Turner open for three, no good. Hart chases down the rebound before it goes out of bounds. He knows those rebounds are valuable. His 11th. Here's Brunson, left side, cuts back inside. Slips through and finds Burks. Other corner tries it. No good off the side of the rim. Hartenstein, another offensive rebound. Out to Burks. He'll fire again. Right wing. Knocks that down. 5 3-pointers for Alec Burks. And the Knicks lead by 24. Timeout, Indiana.
What a performance by these New York Knickerbockers. I got to be honest. I did not see this coming. After the way they played that game 4. I mean, they have completely done a 180 in every way, shape, or form. They are getting every loose ball, outworking the Pacers at every single position, and boy, have they found something in the shooting from Alec Burks.
Burks 5 for 8 from downtown. He's got 18 points. Welcome back to the playing rotation, Alec Burks. We've got 4:16 to go in the fourth quarter, and the Knicks lead the Pacers 112-88. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even the speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is to turn it up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing.
This is what you love about playoff basketball.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Your sweet, shareable summer awaits. Head to your local Kia dealer and check out the tech-forward Forte, or a capable SUV. Kia, movement that inspires. Knicks looking to close out what would be a very impressive Game 5 victory at home. 4 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. A 112-88 victory over the Indiana Pacers. Wally, we began the broadcast. I asked you, how did the Knicks bounce back from that performance on Sunday in game number 4? They have done that in a very big way tonight.
They've done it in every way possible, and this is the beauty of the NBA playoffs. A 7-game series, just because something happens in the game before does not mean it's going to carry over to the next game. Every game starts at 0, and when you travel, you change venues, you come to the Knicks home building, it has been a dominant performance, top to bottom. Doesn't matter who has set foot on the floor, everyone has been completely locked in.
Pacers ball. Jalen Smith has checked in for the first time, as Rick Carlisle starting to expand his rotation with under 4 minutes to play. Nembhard drives around Hartenstein, high off the glass and in, and it's 112-90. Knicks lead by 22. Some full court pressure. Alec Burks and Deuce McBride have been out there for crunch time today, along with Brunson, Hart, and Hartenstein. McBride making his first career postseason start. Brunson one-on-one with Shepard, drives on him, pump fake, draws the foul, shot no good, but Brunson will go to the line with 3:29 to play, already with 42 points in the bank.
Yeah, these are big free throws. Continue to just keep the Indiana Pacers at bay, and Indiana Pacers now, they're clearing the bench. You want to make sure that you don't give the Pacers any life here. You want to continue to keep this lead where it is. Tom Thibodeau obviously has to think about getting some guys some rest. Looks like Dante DiVincenzo's coming back in this ball game. But you want to send a message going back to Indiana that you are not going to let up in this fourth quarter.
First free throw for Brunson is good. DiVincenzo remains at the scorer's table, which would indicate he's coming in for Jalen Brunson. Your sweet, shareable summer awaits. Head to your local Kia dealer and check out the Tech Forward Forte or a capable SUV. Kia, movement that inspires. 43 points for Jalen Brunson. 44 now, as the second one is good. 3.5 to play. These teams will get an extra day off before Game 6, which will be Friday night in Indianapolis. Doug McDermott, the former Knick, has checked in. Jarris Walker, rookie out of Houston, also in the game. Walker fires a deep three. That's no good from the right side, and Burks grabs his 5th rebound. Crowd can taste it here at the Garden as they rise to their feet in unison. 3 minutes away from the Knicks regaining the lead in this series. Brunson drives on Shepard, floats it up, no good. Hartenstein still battling inside, and there's a whistle by Scott Foster, and it's against the Pacers.
Loose ball foul.
Jalen Smith called for the loose ball foul. Listen to the ovation as Jalen Brunson leaves the game. Brunson walks to the end of the Knicks bench and gets a hug from his fellow Knicks All-Star Julius Randle as Hartenstein hits the first free throw, and now Alec Burks. A nice ovation, replaced by Shake Milton. Tom Thibodeau emptying his bench. Daquan Jeffries in for Josh Hart. This is a much better way to empty your bench than on Sunday for the Knicks.
Absolutely. And what an effort by the Knicks rotation guys. Isaiah Hartenstein drilling his free throws there, makes the second. Just an outstanding effort by this Knicks team, bouncing back.
Leading by 26. Walker, cross-court pass is deflected out of bounds off the hands of Smith. And here comes Jericho Sims for Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein gets a vibrant high five from Fat Joe before receiving congratulations from his teammates. Wally, Isaiah Hartenstein grabbed 12 offensive rebounds in this game.
Unbelievable. He just absolutely dominated the paint. And you know that's how Tom Thibodeau likes his teams to play. Physical, dominate the boards, play good physical, fair defense, and the Knicks did all those Tom Thibodeau DNA things tonight.
Milton in the front court, guarded by Kendall Brown. Here's McBride stepping back. Three-pointer comes up short. Smith grabs the rebound. Nembhard picked up by DiVincenzo on the left wing. Nembhard cut off by Sims. And on the right side, Walker fires another deep three. That's off the front of the rim. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in game number 5. DiVincenzo fires a three, but there's a whistle first. It was at least good for Dante DiVincenzo to see that ball go in. Fouls against Jalen Smith on the floor. I'll refer to you, the resident shooter in the booth, to confirm that. It's good to see the ball go through the rim.
Yeah, Dante's been the one guy that's been a little off, but it has not affected, his shooting's been off, but it has not affected the rest of his game. His defense has been outstanding. He has 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He has been mucking it up with the big dogs on the Indiana Pacers, just bringing that fire and that zest that the Knicks fans love. The grit, the grind. Jericho Sims misses that first free throw. Dante's going to be fine. You know he's going to calibrate that jumper next game. Other guys picked him up this game. Alec Burks with the big-time 6 threes coming off the bench. Huge. It's a team effort, and Dante will be ready for Game 6.
DiVincenzo gets an ovation from the crowd as he's replaced by Precious Achiuwa. Deuce McBride's night is done. Mamadi Diakite on for him. Jericho Sims' second free throw is good with 2:04 to play. All Knicks, a 27-point lead. Nembhard drives left baseline. Smith, one dribble, back to Nembhard, who's double-teamed in the corner. Up for Smith, drives around Diakite, Eurostep, and he draws the foul with 1:49 to play.
And I got to be honest, Pat, having an extra day rest, I think, is going to be huge for the Knicks. Because if I were the Indiana Pacers after this performance, I would want to get right back out there on the basketball floor. They got to stew for 2 days and deal with this butt whipping. I mean, it was an absolute, just dominating performance by the New York Knicks. And the Knicks, we know, guys logging a lot of minutes. Jalen Smith misses that first free throw. Having 2 days to give Tom Thibodeau to get in the lab, continue to make adjustments, continue to prepare. They know they can win in that building. They almost did in Game 3. They got to go pull it off and finish off the Indiana Pacers in 6.
Smith misses both free throws. Diakite grabs the rebound. Of course, this is the third consecutive game the Knicks are without OG Anunoby, who hurt his hamstring here last week in game number 2. Milton lobs to Sims, who lays it in. Nice find from Shake Milton to a cutting Jericho Sims. Minute 25 to go. Knicks lead by 29. Nembhard's cross-court pass for Walker. Walker backs it out near midcourt. Goes to work on Diakite. Pull-up jumper, no good. Daquan Jeffries grabs the rebound. We come up on a minute to play. Crowd starts to rise to its feet. Shake Milton is fouled by Andrew Nembhard. And Rick Carlisle will use this opportunity to send James Johnson, the 15-year veteran out of Wake Forest, into the game. Nembhard's night is done. He walks over to the Pacers bench. So the Knicks in Game 4 in Indianapolis, as Milton hits the first free throw. Knicks lost 121-89, a game that they trailed by 20 after the first quarter and were never able to get back in it. So the question coming into tonight, how would they respond? The Pacers jumped out to a 16-9 lead, and from that point on, the Knicks have been in control of this game as Milton hits both free throws, and the Knicks lead is now 31 points. So the Pacers haven't yet lost on their home floor in these playoffs. They're 5-0, including 2-0 in this second-round series, as Brown finds Johnson cutting to the basket, and Johnson is fouled with 44.6 seconds to play. Daquan Jeffries is called for the foul, and that will send James Johnson, who's making his first appearance of the playoffs, to the line. 37 years old. Johnson's first free throw is good. The Knicks, meanwhile, will improve to 5-1 here at Madison Square Garden. This postseason, Johnson misses the second. Sims grabs the rebound. And again, as Wally said, those two crucial days off between tonight and the time these two teams take the floor for Game 6 on Friday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Diakite drives. Achiuwa three-pointer left corner is an air ball, and Diakite couldn't handle the rebound. It bounces out of bounds. 121-91. Knicks lead by 30. Shot clock is off. Crowd at Madison Square Garden rises to its feet. The Knicks, having lost 2 previous games, as Milton comes up with a steal. He'll dribble through the paint, outside, dribble it out, The Knicks are back on top in this best-of-7 series. They come home, they make a statement tonight in front of this home crowd, winning Game 5, 121-91, and they are now one win away from advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals. Teams quickly exit the floor to either side here at Madison Square Garden. 44 points for Jalen Brunson. 18 for Josh Hart and 17 for Deuce McBride, making his first career postseason start. Alec Burks, 18 more points off the bench. The Knicks hold the Pacers to 43% shooting, out-rebounding them 53-29. Just a dominant performance for the Knicks.
What up?
And we mentioned, there's Isaiah Hartenstein. I just mentioned the rebounding disparity. Not sure if you know these exact numbers. 53-29 advantage Knicks. You're obviously such a huge part of that tonight, Isaiah. But overall, after the way Sunday's Game 4 went, how did you guys summon this type of effort back here at home?
We just wanted to come back. I mean, we knew it was a bad game. We knew we were kind of in the mud, so we just wanted to come back. We had a lot of confidence in ourselves, and so we just wanted to come back, be more the aggressors, and bring more energy. I think we did that today.
Isaiah, talk to me about your approach to this game today, because from the beginning, your aggression on the offensive boards was such a factor. You had 12 offensive rebounds. You're the fourth Knick in history with at least 10 offensive rebounds in a playoff game. What was your approach tonight?
I don't think in Indiana I was aggressive at all. I let them kind of do whatever they wanted. So I just want to come back, kind of get back to myself, being more aggressive, being more physical, and I think I did a good job with that today. Can you describe what the last 48 hours were like for you and your teammates coming off a tough loss and getting ready for this Game 5 tonight? I mean, the big thing was just kind of letting it go. I mean, not getting too focused on the big loss, not learning from it, but then not letting that seep in that much. So just trying to get focused for today, bring more energy, and I think we did that today.
How did Jalen Brunson look to you down on the floor? He looked pretty good to us up here.
Like Jalen Brunson.
Well put. Isaiah, get some rest. We'll see you on Friday in Indianapolis.
All right, appreciate it.
Isaiah Hartenstein, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 points in 31 minutes. Knicks win this one by 30, and they are back on top in this best-of-7 series. They have a chance to close it out in Indiana on Friday night, Game 6 at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Plenty to talk about on the post-game show. That's coming up next right here with Dan Grassa. Again, the final score from Madison Square Garden in game number 5, the Knicks 121 and the Pacers 91. Post-game show coming up next. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Open Road BMW. Come visit their newly constructed state-of-the-art BMW dealership, conveniently located on Route 1 in Edison, New Jersey. Here you'll find over 7 acres of new and certified pre-owned BMWs ready for immediate delivery. If you need world-class service, their 50 service bays and the convenience of over 100 customer loaner cars are at your service. For an exceptional BMW buying experience in one of the Tri-State's largest BMW facilities, visit openroadbmw.com.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been servicing New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for over 25 years. They offer premium customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate travel experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call them at 212-206-6974.
Have you overcome some challenges in your life? Use your life experience to supervise and support young people in detention. Become a youth development specialist. It's a union job with a $51,000 starting salary, and you'll be making a positive impact on the lives of young New Yorkers. NYC residency not required. Apply to become a youth development specialist today at nyc.gov/YDS. That's nyc.gov/YDS.
Sports fans, take your game day snack to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
Welcome to the New York Knicks post-game show. Now here's Dan Grassa.
And we welcome into the New York Knicks post-game show. Dan Grassa with it. Well, after a humbling defeat in game number 4, it was up to the resilient Knicks to return home, where the home team has been unbeaten so far in the first 4 games of this series, and flipped the script entirely. They did. They used the home crowd to their advantage. They pulled away in the first half and carried it over in quarters 3 and 4 as well. They demolished the Pacers 121-91 to take a 3-2 lead in the best of 7, and historically in NBA playoff history in a best of 7 in a 2-2 series, teams that win game 5 go on to take the series 82% of the time. So statistically, things bode well for the Knicks, but that last one is always the toughest to get, and they'll take their first stab at it coming up on Friday night in Indiana. Still don't know the time of the game, by the way. It could be a 6 p.m. tip if Celtics-Cavs requires a Game 6, or if it's just the Knicks on Friday night, it'll be an 8:30 tip-off. But that's for down the road. Right now, though, we want to check in with our pal Pat O'Keefe. He was on the call for tonight's game with Wally Szczerbiak, and Pat, I think mission accomplished when we all sat here for the last 48 hours and wondered, how would this Knicks team respond? Was Sunday's game a sign of things to come, or was it just a one-off? They checked all the boxes tonight.
Well, I was eavesdropping on your pregame conversation with Wally Szczerbiak as you guys went through the keys for the Knicks to be successful tonight. And, we'll check these off one by one. Jalen Brunson bounce-back performance. I mean, he just had a different type of look about him from the very beginning of the game. Getting inside the lane, inside the paint, the mid-range jumper was falling all night. 44 points for Brunson. 35 field goal attempts, which is tied for the most field goal attempts by a Knick in postseason history. But he was 18 for 35, so that was one. The Garden crowd being into it and lifting this team up. And they got off to a sluggish start. It was 16-9, 5 minutes into the game. And Wally mentioned this at the time. Curious substitutions at that moment by Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle. He went to his bench. He put T.J. McConnell, Ben Shepherd, and Obi Toppin in the game. The starters for the Pacers were off to a terrific start, and right away the Knicks flipped the script, and they were really in control the rest of the game. And then the third big key was rebounding, specifically offensive rebounding. And unbelievable by the guy we just spoke with, Isaiah Hartenstein, with 12 offensive rebounds, 17 total rebounds for the game. Offensive rebounds 20-5 in favor of the Knicks. Second chance points 26-9, and rebounds in general 53-29 in favor of the Knicks.
And think about it, second game in a row, Coach Tibbs cleared the bench, albeit for different reasons, but it just turned into one of those games here. And, to your point, Pat, no shortage of contributors tonight either. I mean, obviously, Jalen Brunson looked like the old Jalen Brunson again. Deuce McBride, and it's funny, when Deuce McBride has been called into the starting lineup this season, he has produced 17 points tonight. A couple of big threes, especially early on in that first quarter to give this team life. Let's talk again about Alec Burks. Third game in a row, he's playing 20 minutes off the bench, double figures in points, hitting some three-pointers. Getting Burks going could be instrumental for as long as this team's postseason run ends up going.
It has been instrumental so far. I mean, the revelation of Alec Burks back in the rotation now for 3 games in a row. He scored 14 and then 20 and now 18 points here tonight, an efficient 18 points on 11 field goal attempts. But it has just allowed Tom Thibodeau to expand his rotation by even one additional player. You were seeing times in the first half where Josh Hart was on the bench resting. Dante DiVincenzo was on the bench resting. Earlier in this series, after OG Anunoby went down, Tom Thibodeau did not have that luxury. And this is the best version of Alec Burks. And, you and I have spoken about it after the last couple of games. When the Knicks acquired him at the trade deadline, he For whatever reason, the shot wasn't there during the stretch run of the regular season. He fell out of the rotation, wasn't a huge contributor, but so much credit belongs to Alec Burks for staying ready and responding in this fashion now that he's been called upon.
Absolutely. And, it's funny, even somebody like a Dante DiVincenzo, who normally, when he has his games, when he's hitting 4 or 5 3-pointers, at least in this series, it means good things for the Knicks. Today, didn't even make a 3-pointer tonight. Didn't even hit double figures in scoring. But, Pat, think about it. Had probably the highlight of the night with the follow-up jam there in the third quarter, which essentially put this game away and got the crowd to their feet. And the roof almost came off the place, though. And it just goes to show you that guys are playing their roles, doing the little things, even then got into it a little bit with Miles Turner. And I guess we know the answer now. 5 games is when the hostility started to perk up in this playoff series.
Yeah, we had a couple of confrontations, one in the first half, one in the second. 5 technical fouls in all were handed out in this game. That whole sequence that you described for DiVincenzo, that was one entire sequence. He had the tip dunk from the weak side along the baseline. That was, as you said, the highlight of the game. And then he comes down court, and he gets entangled with Miles Turner trying to set him a screen. He shoves Turner off of him, and then they are immediately, I don't want to say face-to-face because Turner's 6'11", and DiVincenzo's 6'5". That's not mathematically possible, but DiVincenzo did not back down a single inch. And, this guy is, single season-wise, the most prolific three-point shooter in Knicks franchise history. I remember the night he hit 11 three-pointers to set the franchise record against the Detroit Pistons, and the crowd was chanting his name, DiVincenzo. They were chanting his name again tonight, Dan, on a night in which he went 0 for 6 from downtown. That just shows that he contributed in so many other ways when his three-point shot was not falling.
No doubt about it. Well, now you look ahead to Friday night, and as I said, we still don't know what time the tip-off is going to be, but, and I tweeted this out earlier today, if indeed the Knicks were able to take care of their business tonight, now you have that extra day off between games 5 and 6, and despite the great performance this team put on the floor, they're still a hobbled bunch, they're still a shorthanded group, and that extra day off is going to serve them well, I would think, going into Indiana.
It's huge, and, I think we're at the point now where we're so far into the postseason, and these guys have logged so many minutes, and so many hard minutes. The way that they play, the way that these games are so close. I actually think the fact that Sunday's game, that it was an afternoon game, and allowed the Knicks, 6 extra hours of rest between games 4 and games 5, I think that actually helps. So this extra day is certainly going to help. The Pacers have a lot more depth. They have a 9-man rotation. The Knicks now have a steady and solid 7-man rotation. And like you said, for the second straight game, Tom Thibodeau emptied his bench at the end. The reason why he emptied his bench in today's game was far more pleasant than the reason he did on Sunday. But all of that should hopefully add up to as fresh a team as possible come Friday night and a chance to close out this series on the road.
Good position to be in. You need 1. The other guys need 2. So see if they can accomplish it on Friday night. But it's not going to be easy considering this Indiana team has won 10 straight games in their building. Pat, great job as always. Looking forward to the game on Friday. Safe travels back out to the Hoosier State.
You too, Dan. We'll talk to you on Friday. Thanks.
All right, there is Pat O'Keefe. He had the call tonight with Wally Szczerbiak. A convincing 121-91 Knicks victory over the Indiana Pacers. We are just getting started here on the New York Knicks postgame show. When we come back, we'll take a listen to the highlights. We'll get some player reaction. We'll hear from Coach Tom Thibodeau, and we'll check out the out-of-town scoreboard around the NBA. And New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout.
Getting engaged will be one of the most exciting times of your life, and the winning team at London Jewelers is there to help you pop the question. The cutting-edge technology and trained professionals at London Jewelers can help you select a ring from their 2 by London collection or design the absolute perfect ring at any budget. So whether you're starting out or starting over, let the engagement experts at London Jewelers help you. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 7 locations, including Americana Manhasset and the Mall at Short Hills. Well, I talk for a living, and whether I'm in the studio or at the ballpark, I'm sure to have a cup of Bigelow tea by my side. There's nothing like fueling my voice, body, and soul with only the finest tea. Bigelow Earl Grey. This delightful blend of black tea and real bergamot oil is not your ordinary tea. It's a broadcaster's dream come true. Keeps me energized and focused throughout the broadcast, ensuring I deliver nothing but the best for my loyal listeners. So join the millions of fans that make Bigelow Tea #1 in New York. Bigelow Tea, the official hot tea of the New York Yankees.
It all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
Made it!
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SV front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease in. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
Dan Grosso back on the New York Knicks post-game show after a thorough 121-91 Knicks victory over the Indiana Pacers. They now lead the best of 7 3-2. They will go for the series clincher coming up on Friday at Indiana. Let's take a listen to the highlights as to how this one all unfolded, and this is the Knicks' best parts of the game, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. Deuce McBride would be getting the start in place of Precious Achiuwa. Achiuwa started the previous 2 games in Indiana, but Deuce McBride getting the call in this one. Remember, Deuce started the second half of game number 4 with the first unit, and it carried over into tonight's lineup configuration by Coach Tom Thibodeau. And why was this an important game? We mentioned it a couple of times already. In NBA playoff history, in a best of 7, the Game 5 winner of a 2-2 series has gone on to take the series 82% of the time. So how would the Knicks respond? Would Sunday be viewed as a one-off, or would there be a little bit of a carryover effect? Well, we mentioned Deuce McBride getting the start. He tried early on to spark the group.
Brunson spins away from the defender, one-on-one with Halliburton. Pump fake out to McBride. Open 3, left-hand side is good, and it's 6-5 Pacers.
First field goal attempt, first make for Deuce McBride early on, but the Knicks were a little sloppy with the basketball in the early going. Indiana goes on a 7-0 run and builds a 16-9 lead midway through the first quarter. Knicks sloppy with the ball, turned it over 3 times, leading to 7 points down the other end of the floor for the Indiana Pacers. But Isaiah Hartenstein cleaning up the glass, really in attack mode early as far as the rebounding department is concerned, did his part to keep the Knicks within striking distance.
Toppin wants to drive on Hartenstein. Pull up 10-foot jumper, comes up short. Hart grabs the rebound, looks to push. Hart into the front court with the dribble. Coast to coast, underneath the basket, finds Hartenstein. There's that floater. It's good from 10 feet away, and the Knicks are back within 2. Timeout, Indiana.
22-20 was the score at that point. And the Knicks, as I said, cleaning up the offensive glass. Early edge of 7-2 in terms of offensive rebounding, and 11-6 run there for the Knickerbockers to get within 1 basket. They would stay within striking distance, and there's that guy Deuce McBride again going coast to coast.
McConnell from the foul line dumps it into the post for Turner. Backing and poked away by Achiuwa and picked up by McBride. McBride into the front court with the left-handed dribble all the way to the basket, lays it in with the left hand. Knicks trail by 1.
7 early points for Deuce McBride. They're down 1, 25-24, and then the proverbial switch was flicked. This is when the Knicks take over the basketball game, and Josh Hart had the Garden crowd on their feet from 3-point range.
2:45 to go in the first. They throw a double team at Brunson, passes out of it to McBride, right corner. Hart fires away, knocks it down. Knicks lead 29-25, a 9-0 run.
9-0 run. They made 9 field goals in a row. That run would actually extend to 15-3. They'd close out the first quarter on a 22-10 run and lead by 6, 38-32. And you think about it, Knicks scored 38 points in the first quarter. They had scored only 41 points in the entire first half in that game on Sunday in the Game 4 defeat against the Indiana Pacers. Early on in the second quarter, well, the hostilities of a long playoff series started to materialize. You had technical fouls not even a minute into this game on Alec Burks, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Ivan Jackson for the Indiana Pacers built up a double-digit lead. We really hadn't mentioned Jalen Brunson's name yet in the highlights, but don't worry, there's plenty of those.
49-40. Brunson crossover dribble around Shepard, steps into a three, knocks it down. 22 for Brunson. Knicks lead by 12.
Dozen-point lead. Brunson with 22 already very early on in the second quarter. And Alec Burks, who's been a pleasant surprise the last two games off the bench, little bit of a scoring punch, and boy, for the third game in a row, he was at it again. Quick points off the bench.
Siakam left side. Now he drives on Hartenstein. Wild shot off balance, no good. Burks the rebound. Knicks looking to push. They have a 5-on-4. Burks to Hartenstein, gives it right to Burks on the left side. Fakes the pass. Floater is good for Alec Burks. Knicks lead by 14. Timeout, Indiana.
Biggest lead of 14. 5 quick points for Alec Burks off the bench. Knicks on a 16-8 run. And again, the offensive rebounding 9-2 in favor of the Knickerbockers. Isaiah Hartenstein at that point had more offensive rebounds than the Indiana Pacers had total rebounds in the game up until that point. So the lead was 14. The lead would continue to grow. And Deuce McBride again feeling it from three.
Here's Brunson, one-on-one, center of the court with Nesmith. Behind the back pass, McBride. Open three, straight on, ring it up, and the Knicks lead by 16.
Biggest lead is 16, and you know what? At that point, Knicks are feeling greedy because they had a new biggest lead moments later.
Top in the front court, Nesmith, left side, around DiVincenzo, stolen by DiVincenzo. Knicks have numbers. Here's Hart, center of the court, to the basket, lays it in. Knicks lead 65-47, 2:11 to go. Time out, Indiana.
9-0 Knicks run, an 18-point lead, and they would take a 15-point lead into the locker room at 69-54. So the first half could not have gone any better for this Knickerbocker team, but it's the NBA. Runs happen at the drop of a hat. You have to close. You have to play 4 quarters. And no truer words were spoken early on in that third quarter because it was the visitors down by 15 points who came out of the locker room with some momentum and made this one a game.
Rebound is taken by Turner. Pacers looking to push. Here's Halliburton left side. Bounce pass back for Nesmith. Out to Halliburton. Good ball movement here. Turner again knocks it down. 3 in a row from Miles Turner at the top of the arc. And the Knicks lead is down to 7, 70-63. Timeout, Tom Thibodeau.
Barely 2 minutes into the second half. 2:07 as a matter of fact. The Pacers go on a 9-1 run, 3 consecutive trifectas from the big man, Miles Turner, and just like that, it's a 7-point game at 70-63. So this game could have gone in one of two directions. Indiana could have continued with the momentum, maybe gotten even closer or taken the lead, or the Knicks would have had an answer. Well, thankfully for the Knicks and their fans, it was the latter, and Jalen Brunson running the show.
6:45 to go. Turner, 16-foot jump shot is no good. Hartenstein rebound, quick outlet. Hart has Brunson on his right, spotting up. Fires the three and knocks it down. 31 for Jalen Brunson. Knicks lead is back up to 16, 80-64. Timeout, Indiana.
So the Knicks lead was down to 7. Little over 3 minutes later, they go on a 10-1 run and build the lead back up to 16 with Brunson leading the charge. You heard Pat say 31 points for the Knick point guard. And the lead would continue to grow. The run would continue for the Knickerbockers. And Dante DiVincenzo, who normally you look to for three-point shooting. Remember, he set a franchise record this year for most made threes in a single season. Well, tonight he didn't make a three. He was 0 for 6 from beyond the arc, but he had certainly the highlight of the game as far as getting the crowd on their feet and fueling the Knicks run.
Hart dribbles and hands to Brunson. Brunson picked up by Toppin, fires a three, left side, front rim. DiVincenzo slams down the follow. Coming from the baseline, Dante DiVincenzo puts the Knicks up by 22.
One of 20 offensive rebounds the Knicks would have tonight. Little weak side put-back jam from Dante DiVincenzo. 16-1 run for the Knicks. They have a biggest lead of 22. And you could see some of these frustrations and hostilities boiling over a little bit. Hey, you're 5 games now into a best of 7. These two teams have seen a lot of each other. So the little ordinary feelings take place because after DiVincenzo puts back that jam, he and the Pacers' big Miles Turner get into it down the other end of the floor, and who knows if there's going to be any carryover into game number 6 or however long this series goes. But the Knicks were once again in real good shape at the end of the third quarter, leading 96-75 in the final 12 minutes. Still a lot of basketball to be played, and of course you have to finish, but Alec Burks, after the Pacers go on a 9-0 run to cut it to 12, Burks had an answer to stop the bleeding.
Garden crowd getting a little anxious with the start to the fourth quarter. McBride across the timeline, picked up by McConnell. Brings it left side around the screen. In the corner, Burks fires a three and knocks it down. Big shot for Alec Burks.
Shot indeed. Now Knicks back up 15 after that Burks trifecta. But the star of the show, as he is on most nights when you watch a Knicks basketball game, it was the all-star. It was Jalen Brunson, who shook off any worries about his foot considering the acrobatics in the fourth quarter.
Brunson gets it back. Reverse layup. Counted and the foul. How did he get that one to go?
Well, he got it to go. It went, and he made the free throw to complete the three-point play, putting the Knicks back up by 20. And how about that with Jalen? His fifth 40-plus point game of these playoffs, and that would be all she wrote. Knicks would actually grow the lead to as much as 31. They'd win it 121-91. And you think about the contrasts, the similarities even between Games 4 and Game 5. Remember the final of that game? It was 121-89 Indiana. Tonight, 121-91 Knicks. Only a 2-point difference, but in the end, the Knickerbockers have a 3-2 lead in this best of 7. And that was the Knicks' best parts of the game, brought to you by the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. Painting and repairing bridges and steel structures around New York for over 50 years. Let us pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is your radio home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 98.7 ESPN, WEPN FM, New York.
And it is time for tonight's Thriving Player, brought to you by ThriveWell Infusion, and it has to go to Jalen Brunson. 44 points, 7 assists in 43 minutes of action, and as I mentioned, his fifth 40-plus point game, of which is now the second most in a single postseason in franchise history. Bernard King, the great Bernard King, had 6 of those games in the 1984 playoff run. That was tonight's Thriving Player, brought to you by ThriveWell Infusion, New York's premier infusion and injection center, saving lives drip by drip. Still more to do when we return on the Knicks post-game show. We will hear from Deuce McBride. We'll hear from the head coach, Tom Thibodeau. We'll also look ahead on the out-of-town scoreboard around the NBA. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even your speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is to turn it up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing.
It's what you love about playoff basketball.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
Open Road BMW. Come visit their newly constructed state-of-the-art BMW dealership, conveniently located on Route 1 in Edison, New Jersey. Here you'll find over 7 acres of new and certified pre-owned BMWs ready for immediate delivery. If you need world-class service, their 50 service bays and the convenience of over 100 customer loaner cars are at your service. For an exceptional BMW buying experience in one of the Tri-State's largest BMW facilities, visit OpenRoadBMW.com.
Sports fans, take your game day snack to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
Dan Grasso back on the New York Knicks post-game show after a 121-91 Knicks defeat of the Indiana Pacers. Knicks now lead the best of 7, 3-2. Deuce McBride in the starting lineup tonight for Tom Thibodeau's team. 17 points, 3 of 7 from 3, and afterwards Deuce caught up with Bill Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Serbiak on MSG.
Deuce, thank you so much for joining us from our Lexus Gameside studio. It's your first career playoff start. When you start this year now, 15 starts, you're averaging almost 18 a game. You go for 17. Why are you so effective when you start?
Oh, man, first off, glory to God. But, I think it's just, the impact I try to make on both ends of the floor. Come out there with a mentality that, defense first, and then whatever comes on offense, I'm a great scorer, but defense first.
Hey, Deuce, whenever we talk, that means something good happened right after a game, so it's good to talk to you after this game especially. Can you just describe for yourself the matchup that you had with Tyrese Halliburton tonight after the games that he had in Indiana? Somebody had to try to stop him. It was your job tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, a talented player. He was really had it going in Indiana, which I think led to a lot of us helping in and then them getting kick-out threes. So I just wanted to make sure that he was limited in this game.
And also for you, if we're being honest, after you had a really good series against the Sixers, the first 4 games of this series, you were not shooting the basketball well. On that side of the ball, you were struggling. What got you going tonight?
Like I said, I think I just had to come in with more of a defensive mentality. I know I'm going to trust my shot. I put in the work, so as long as I'm guarding, that's all that matters.
Deuce, thanks so much. Deuce, on the loose again. Best of luck to you guys closing it out.
Hope we talk to you soon.
Indianapolis on Friday night.
For sure. Thank you.
That is Deuce McBride with our friends on MSG. It's time now for the Knicks out-of-town scoreboard, driven by Nissan. One other game on the out-of-town. They've played a quarter already in Denver, and the Nuggets have a 28-26 lead over the T-Wolves. That is a Game 5 in a 2-2 series. The road team has won all 4 games thus far. Nikola Jokic, who was presented with his 3rd Most Valuable Player trophy before tonight's game, leads all scorers with 12 points. The Nuggets have not lost 3 games in a row on their home floor all season. That was the Knicks out-of-town scoreboard, driven by Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store, NissanUSA.com today. Now, when we return on the Knicks post-game show, we'll get the thoughts of the head coach, Tom Thibodeau, after his team dismantles the Pacers 121-91. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Now, it all started on a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
Made it!
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get a low $209 per month lease for 36 months on the 2024 Nissan Altima. Shop at your local Nissan store or at NissanUSA.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. Well-qualified lessees 2024 Altima SD front-wheel drive. $4049 initial payment excludes tax, title, license, and $695 acquisition fee. Includes $625 manufacturer's rebate applied to $209 per month lease. Disposition fee due at lease end. Take from new dealer stock. Call 1-888-858-8319 for offer details. N6324.
Want to stay cool for the next 2 summers without spending a penny? Slomin's has the AC offer of the century. Get 18 months with 0 payments and 0 interest. That's right. You don't need to make any payments for 18 months. Plus, Slomin's offers next-day installation. Get an AC system installed as early as tomorrow with no payments for 18 months interest-free. Call 516-932-7000 to get your free estimate. That's 516-932-7000.
18-month promo period. No payment, no interest, and no down payment offer. This offer is available through a third-party bank. On approved credit, interest is waived if loan is repaid in full during the same as cash period. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event, so give your friends something to look at, like a B&B with an ocean view, an endless field of wildflowers, or a sunset that needs no filter. Make this a summer to share and save with a capable Kia SUV or powerful sedan. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Sale applies to purchase of specially tagged 2024 vehicles only. Quantities are limited. Must take delivery by 7/8/24.
Dan Graca back on the Knicks post-game show after the Knicks defeat the Pacers 121-91. They now lead the best of 7, 3-2. What did Tom Thibodeau have to think of his team's performance? Let's hear the coach at MSG.
We still need one more win, so we can't be too excited about it. We have to understand, what we need to do. Stay focused on the task at hand. Feel good about yourself. You get knocked down in this league. You got to be ready to go. Yeah, I mean, I thought, Isaiah was phenomenal. Everyone, it was a great team effort, but Isaiah in particular, those extra possessions were huge for us. And then I thought we got great production. Obviously, what Deuce did was huge, just to be ready to step in. And then I thought Precious and Alec were really, really good for us off the bench. And we needed that. And Jalen, of course, was Jalen, and Josh was Josh. And so we need everyone. Our defense was good. The rebounding was good. Taking care of the ball was good. And that's what we have to do. But we're going to have to be better in this next one.
How do you explain the contagious energy and effort in this ball game?
Well, again, to me, it's been a trademark of the team. We've been shorthanded all year, and this is our way. We have to play hard as heck on every possession, and we got to keep doing it. So we have to do that for 48 minutes. And we know if we defend and we rebound, we take care of the ball, we're going to have a good chance to win.
Coach, would you say that this was one of your most physical playoff games to this point?
I think that's sort of the nature of the playoffs, in particular when as a series goes on, because you're playing the same guys over and over, and I have great respect for them. I think it's great competition, and that's what you love about the playoffs. I mean, I think you see, in every game now, there's a lot at stake, and guys are competing real hard, and I think it's enjoyable for everyone. I think fans love it, and we understand what we have to do, and we just got to make sure we're ready for the next one. We can't feel too good about this.
Tom, can I get you to go beyond Jalen with Jalen a bit? I mean, it's the fifth time you scored more than 40 points, and he did it at a really crucial time for you guys.
Well, and you're right, and you're making a great point, because as much as you talk about him, and you talk about him a lot, and rightfully so, it's not enough, and what he means to the team, and he's so willing to share everything with his teammates. And I tell you, to me, that's the best part of him. His play is spectacular, but who he is as a teammate, as a leader, it makes us that, and I think but it's big shot after big shot, and I just love, there's never any excuse making from him. He's never talking about, injuries, and, a lot of times, you hear people talking about their injury. A lot of it's excuse making. You never get that from him. It's always, I'll be better next game. Even when he plays a great game, I'll be better next game. And I love that mentality.
Tom, the guard screening, a lot of it tonight, right off the bat, kind of. What was working so well on those plays with the Pacers kind of sending 2 on 11?
Yeah, it's something that we like to do. And it was, it's not just the guard. It was, big as well. So, you have to attack different ways, and some of it's catch and shoot, some of it's off the elbow, some of it is, there's a number of different ways we have to get Jalen open and get him the ball and attack. And then everyone has the responsibility, and we know at some point No, you don't. You didn't say it like you meant it. No, but we know he's going to get blitzed at some point. They're going to send the second guy, they'll hit him, and then it's on us to make the right plays and the right reads from there, and that's where I thought Alec was invaluable. I thought Deuce was invaluable. The second pass, the playmaking that comes off of that, getting the ball to the middle of the floor and then playing off that, everyone working together, and that's what makes you a team.
So that is the head coach, Tom Thibodeau. And again, Knicks were able to reverse the course after a disappointing performance on Sunday. No guarantees that this will carry over to Friday, which is why you wipe the slate clean, have to come out with brand new set of focus, which is certainly something the coach stresses repeated and often. Stick with MSG through round 2 for pre- and post-game coverage for every game the Knicks play. Watch on MSG, or you can stream it for free on MSG Plus with an eligible TV subscription. And that is all for tonight. Once again, the final final score, the Knicks win it 121-91. They lead the best of 7, 3-2. Tonight's game was a production of the MSG Radio Network. The coordinating producer, Ray Santiago. Our engineer was Gary Jeffries. Studio operations by Harvey Cruz and Joe Leo. Tonight's statistician was Harry Robinson. Broadcast facilities provided by Magic Radio Productions. The announcers heard on this broadcast are approved and are employees of the MSG Radio Network, which is solely responsible for the broadcast content. Don't forget to join us for our next broadcast. That'll be on Friday, May the 17th, when the Knicks take on the Indiana Pacers in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Tip time will either be at 6 p.m. or 8:30 p.m., depending on the outcome of the Celtics-Cavs series tomorrow night. Whatever the tip time is, our pregame show will begin 30 minutes before. The final again, the Knicks defeat the Pacers 121-91. For Pat O'Keefe and Wally Serbiak, this is Dan Grassa saying so long. Have yourselves a great rest of the night, everybody. Take care.
This has been the New York Knicks postgame show on the Knicks Radio